find out क्यों मैं ऐसा बात कर रहा हूँ.
Sir,
नवाब साहब जी.
in transfer knowledge,
दाइन खान, मोहम्मद दाइन.
so we can transfer the knowledge which we have learned in our life to the next generation. So it's all about process.
Exactly. Exactly. There are 200 million people in Pakistan and 60% are youth. And Pakistan is, the whole world is facing a challenge of unemployment and it's a chaos. So everybody has to play his role. Every man and woman has to play his role. And that is why in our course we don't teach, we don't we don't consider it a CGPA 3 credit hour course. We consider it a transformative course. You know, in my MBA program, when I'm teaching, each of my class fellow is teaching to 5, 10 people. Whatever I teach, they have 1 week. In the next week, when they come for the next class, Isha, Mimi
Yes, sir.
Siddiqui, and Amna Chandna, before they come in for the next class, they have to teach it to 10 people. And you know, they're polishing their entrepreneurial skills, teaching skills. And you know what benefit they are getting? Wow. The more you practice, the more you talk, the more you get new points. So the best way of learning Arib is the best way of learning is Azik. What is the best way of learning? Is to teach. If you
Yes,
want
sir.
to
To teach.
understand something, start teaching it.
Yes, sir. So that's how you can, memorize it, and you won't forget what you teach.
And
That's
when
the
people
major.
will ask questions, it will make you think. So the
Yes.
more you think, the more you reflect, the more you answer, the more you interact, the more you learn from them. So in this course, we, Alhamdulillah, this course, the Entrepreneurial FME course, Arif Sahab, have you learned some integration and mathematical modeling? This is too generic. This is a life skills course. And if you want to have a quick glimpse of what is happening, the same, Faisal bin Badr, Assalamu alaikum. The same course The same course is being taught to class 2, 3, and 4 and 5 every day, 5:30 to 8:30. If anybody wants to see class 3 and 4 people studying the same course, same cases, you can come over and see what is happening there. There is so much fun and excitement in that class. Oh my God. The same course here in class 3, 4. And I just finished the same course in the master's level in Germany. On this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there was a 21 hours course in the master's program in Munich. And when I teach this in the PhD program as well, the language changes a bit, but 60, 70, 80% of the content, Faisal bin Badr Sahab, remains the same. So, Janab Arif Sher Sahab, you are part of this. Is not the 3 credit hours, sir. This is more than that.
I have a question, sir.
Ji, ji.
You have repeated multiple times that this course is taught on all levels, especially to kids. Like just right now, there's a workshop going on where kids are learning this exact same content as we are. So
Ji.
I've been thinking about this for a while. Like, what exactly do they take away? Takeaways. What exactly do they take away these kids from this
Okay,
content that you're
mashallah.
teaching them?
Very good. Thank you.
Because when I'm hearing this, when I was hearing Dr. Khurram yesterday, I was recalling my O levels. I was recalling my A levels. Then putting that knowledge parallel to this and trying to come up with ideas so that I can learn more and get more out of it. Those kids have not studied all of these things. So what exactly do they take away from this
Okay,
content?
mashallah. Thank you very much. Very important question. The kids, we don't want the kids to start a business right away. We want them to complete O level, A level, but at the same time, I was raised in the US. I'll just tell my own story. In my school, it was 1972, 73. And while I was studying in class 3, 4, and 5, I was trained how to sell things in a school. I was told how to make things in a school, wood workshop, selling, trading, bicycling. I used to sell newspapers in class 3 after I used to come. So that is called the entrepreneurial mindset. So you know how this mindset helped me? When we came to Pakistan, there was no English school nearby our house. So my father, who was a PhD, he said, we can't afford you to send 5 kilometers. The nearby school, which was a Tart school, I went there. 1 week before, we were in Chicago going to the best school in an American bus. And this school, we were going with a takhti, with a wooden board. With a wooden board, let me share you kya hota wooden board. So I'm just tell you that this is what we want to. This was a wooden board. In a wooden board, I think maybe in Namibia. So this is a wooden board. Do you have a wooden piece, the handle? So you write with a special. There is a special a tree, a bamboo. You use a bamboo tree and then you make it like this. This is called a pen, a bamboo pen. So we had a bamboo pen, which was with a knife. It was cut with a knife, and we had ink, drop of ink. We used to write, and then we used to write alif, be, pe. So when I joined class 5 in Pakistan, I was there, and we had to take our own mats. And where is the gentleman? We had to take our own chair mat.
Sir.
There was no chairs. So what the learning was, and when my kids were learning in Germany, when they were doing class 3, 4, 5, 6 in Berlin, when I was doing my PhD, those kids were taken to a jungle, they were taken to a lake, they were made to drink water from the lake, they were made to do camping, fire. They were trained to do bicycle license, cutting license, life skills. So life skills are much more important than learning integration and differentiation and getting straight A's. So these kids are trained life skills, swimming, walking, jogging, cutting vegetables, learning 4 or 5 languages, doing small things, helping your mom and dad, selling extra things, junkyard activities, going to museums. There are 300 museums in Berlin. 300. You need 2 to 3 days per museum. So these kids from class 3 to class 12, they take these kids to these museums. So when my kids came to Pakistan, you know what happened? The city school, the foundation school, they rejected them. They said, your kids do not qualify. Put them 1 year back, 2 saal piche kare. This city school, I have a lot of anger against them. The foundation, they didn't accept them. And then they said, we will take them 1 year behind with an undertaking. With an undertaking, because German peoples don't teach advanced mathematics. They said, the Pakistani said they're 2, 3 years behind. And the only thing in class 6, 7, 8 they do is LCM, nothing more than that. Observation, languages, experimentation, geography, galaxies, they're very good in observation, sports, extracurriculars. So what happened was we had to give an undertaking in PF chapter City School Karachi, but the foundation was built so strong by Germans that alhamdulillah in O level, I don't believe in A's, but they got straight A's. In A level, they got straight A's without extra tuition, and they just liked it because their understanding was so solid. That's the point. In this kids program, we teach our students all these things with the Roxanne Quimby case and all these cases, that let's prepare ourselves for a career which will be embedded in humility, creativity, innovation, small tasks, collaboration, and innovation, and the word of entrepreneurship. How to leverage your mom and dad, help your mom and dad in family business on Saturdays and Sundays. If you want to learn physics, if you want to learn physics, then learn it for concepts. If you're learning chemistry, learn it for concepts. Learning mathematics, learn it for concepts. So this is what we teach for the kids entrepreneurship. And when you are in summers, long vacations, and if you have a family business, go and work for them. And if you don't have a family business, ask your dad's friends of friends And if somebody is doing business, go and work for them in summer vacations. Do internship. This is what we teach. And we don't say that stop education. We say prepare yourself. Why? What to prepare for? And we say that the time of Unilevers and PNGs is over. Arif, you know this?
Sir.
The time for this, if you look at this model, Professor Miles in US, he's developed this model. Careers, jobs, tasks. Did I discuss this model on day one or not? I don't think so.
No.
So Professor Miles, who's an American, he says that career means 30 years job, pension, gratuity, medical facilities, a house after retirement, and good marriage proposal. Good marriage proposal after your degree. And so these are the perks. So these are the perks which you used to get after your bachelor's or master's or MBA. So this thing is called a career. So Unilever, PNG, PSO, Pakistan Railways, Steel Mill, PIA, Atomic Energy Commission, these were the companies we used to offer these careers. And every country had companies like that. You know what happened by the time we reached 2000? This has reduced to like 20%. 80% is gone. Only 20% of the careers are available now. What we have moved into, the biggest company in Pakistan, PSO, is saying we don't hire people for careers, we hire for contracts. These are 3 to 5 year contracts. There will be no pension, no gratuity. We will give you salary and some benefits. There will be no guarantee of a job. You will have to prove yourself. If you prove, you can get an extension. Okay? This is the time of jobs. This is the terminology. And then you know what happened after 2010? These jobs reduced by another 20%, 80%. These are 20% left now. Or yeah, these are a bit more. Maybe 40% are left now. The major transition went into tasks. And you know what tasks is? Task means that there'll be no regular job. Maybe 1 week job, 1 month job, maybe 10 hours job, maybe something like that. What does it mean? It means that you need to have multiple skills. Designing, programming, blogging, pets, database management, consulting, marketing, research, accounting. So you have multiple skills, 6 to 10, and you are offering your skills on Facebook, on social media, on LinkedIn, and you keep on getting jobs. So this is also called the gig economy. So after 2010 and after 2015, and especially now after COVID, we have fastly moved into the gig economy. And you know, the problem is, what the dilemma is, Arif, Murtaza, what are the universities doing? What were the universities made for? Universities were made for what thing?
Careers.
The GIK and IBA and LUMS and Samford and Harvard and INSEAD, London Business School and MIT, they were all made for careers. And Haziq Saab, careers are gone. 80% are vanished. So if you want to read this concept, you read his book, The Vanishing American Corporation. Vanishing American Corporation. So he gave me a book gift to me himself. This company the author's company gave me this book while I was in Vancouver in 2016, Vanishing American Corporation, and the name of the author is Miles Davis. Miles Davis, and he is. So you see, Arif, you understand why are we teaching this course?
Yes, sir.
You know what we say? Hey, BBA people, make a portfolio. Prepare yourself for all these three. While you are at IBA, while you are at Stanford, while you are at Azerbaijan, do three things, 3 in 1. Prepare yourself for Anglo, Unilever, Shell, PSO. Prepare for yourself for contract jobs and prepare yourself for tasks. So have you eaten 3 in 1 ice cream? Arif, there's 3 in 1 ice cream. We have like vanilla, we have strawberry and chocolate together. So this course is preparing you for 3 ice creams. So get yourself, you should learn how to drive a car in gear 1, 2, and 3, reverse, in gear 4 and 5, which you are already learning, but you don't know. So you need to know all these 3. So that's why we use a terminology called, you know this terminology, Arif?
No,
This
sir.
strategy? You don't know?
No.
Jaane na paye. Murtaza, this is the JNP strategy. Jaane na paye. In Urdu, aina, it means, what does it mean? Don't let it go. Get yourself diversified, Hazik. So this is the objective of this course. We're not against careers. I wish you get a job here. I wish you go to million, if you wish, you may go there and you may get good rewards. But my dear, the chances are getting slim and slim and slim because you know a lot of things. I don't need to explain. And the more chances are emerging here and more chances are emerging here. So the problem with the universities is that all these universities are living in 90s. LUMS and IBA and GK and Karachi University is living in 70s. So some of these universities are living in 90s, some of them in 80s, some of them are living in 60s. And the content, the faculty, the content is living in 50s maybe, some of those. So that's why I think that we need to work from class 2 and 3. The problem with developing countries, the problem with countries where there was colonies. So we were a British colony. So what is the problem with the British colony? The problem with the British colony is that we hate small tasks. We hate small tasks. We don't want to clean our bathroom, wash our own clothes, do our own cleaning, repair our own motorcycle, do our own electrical or plumbing. We don't do that. Ishfaq Ahmed, who was a great philosopher of Pakistan and a writer, he wrote a lot of dramas. You know Ishfaq Ahmed? Ishfaq. Ishfaq was a great drama writer. He died many years ago. And his wife, Qudsi Abano, they used to write a lot of dramas for Pakistan television in 70s and 80s and 90s. And he was a great philosopher. He wrote many books, very wise person. So what happened was Ishfaq Ahmed went to Italy for an exchange program. And while he was in Italy, he used to go to his university. And whenever he used to go to his university, he used to pass by this big building. And when he used to travel this building, he used to see this is a multiple story building, like 30 stories or 20 stories. He used to see that there is an old man who is wiping the footpath and sometimes cleaning the windows. So he started saying, hello, how are you? Hello, 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 hello. So one day, so that turned into friendship. And then one day he said, sir, who are you? And why do you clean every day? He said that my name is Clive and I am the owner of this building and I am a multi-million-dollar person. He said, wow, you are so rich. If you are so rich, why are you doing this? Murtaza, you got my point? Are you understanding, ji?
Yes, sir.
उसने कहा कि जनाब, why are you, एक minute, why are you, Shifa, you understanding my story? This is a real story. He said, why are you doing this washing and mopping? You know what he said? Ajib. He said, I'm a Jew and I'm a follower of Moses. And our Prophet Moses used to herd sheep. And in our Judaism, it is mandatory to do these small tasks. And I love doing this. And because the more I do these small tasks, the more ideas I get and the more humble I remain. He said, Ishfaq Saab said, wow. And you know what that Clive said to him? Clive said, Ishfaq, listen, are you a Muslim? He said, yes. He said, your Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to do all those small chores and all those small tasks himself. Wash his clothes, do his cooking and bringing wood, helping others and cleaning the street. And you know what Clive said? Clive said, if you want to be blessed, Aina, you understanding? He said, if you want to be blessed, then you have to do those things which have been done by the prophets. If you want to come in the circle of prophets, if you want to be blessed, keep on doing what Abraham and Moses and Jesus and David and Joseph and Muhammad, peace be upon him, did. And common thing among all of them was small tasks, simple lifestyle. Do you agree, Aina? What you are, I believe you're a Christian.
Yes, I am.
So how did Jesus, peace be upon him, what assets did he have? You know what, did he have a lot of dollars, $1 million? What was his
No.
asset? What was his assets? Real estate property?
No,
He had a
just what
stick.
he had on him.
You know how he used to drink water? His hands were his bowl. You know Moses? What did Moses have, Isha, you know? In Arabic, وَتِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ يَا مُوسَى وَتِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ يَا مُوسَى. What is in your hand, Moses? قَالُوا أَسَايَا. A stick is in my hand, O God. A stick is in my hand, O God. What do you do with your stick, Arif? It's mentioned in Quran. Musa alayhi salam says, I use my stick to graze, I use the stick to get the leaves down from the trees, and I use the stick to walk, and I use the stick to bow down. And he had one piece of cloth, Isha, and that half piece of cloth at night will be as a bed, and the half piece will be as a bedding on his top. And he used to herd sheep. So Ishfaq Ahmed writes this article, and the name of this article is in Urdu Chota Kaam. And this is what we teach in our FME course, and we will provide you with this article in Urdu. And you understand, Arif Sher, now? I think your question took a lot of while, but I also wanted to get these things conveyed. So
Yes,
this is the beauty of I think the American kids, the American, and in Germany. In Pakistan, unfortunately, we demean our drivers and malis and masis and gardeners and all those things. In Germany, a bus driver is more respected than a PhD. In Germany, there was a bus, as a PhD, there were many Germans. My German colleagues, their salary was like 1,500 euro. And I met a driver, a bus driver. His salary was 2,000 euro. So the German system ensures, and the driver had like 4 kids. So he was compensated for having a bigger family. So the government, and this gentleman with a PhD was single. So they gave him money for his PhD, but they compensated for his kids. Say a plumber, a technician, and welder, he is respected. So in Germany, Arab, we don't find that competition and the IB admission test, people waking and doing an ISO test. We don't find that, we don't find that sort of competition. People are normal. Plumbing is fine, that's a career. Welding is fine, that's a career. You know, when I left my house in Berlin, in Germany, whenever you leave your house, Aina, you have to return it in the same condition. So, me, my wife and kids, we painted the whole house ourselves. We didn't hire a painter. And in Pakistan, can you imagine a PhD, a professor doing this? No way. So that is the culture. My PhD professor, Tronsdorf, if his bicycle gets punctured, he would do it himself. He will do his plumbing, basic plumbing himself. He will do his basic electrician himself. And why do they do it? They were trained in class 3, 4, 5, 6. They were made to reflect. YouTube videos are available. You go and buy the kits and do your own plumbing. Women do it, girls do it, men do it, boys do it. Why don't we do it in Pakistan? Because of the slave mentality. We were slaves, and we want others to be our slaves. In Pakistan, every household, middle class, upper middle, has 3, 4, 5 workers for them. It's good to have them, engage them, you're giving them jobs. But, my dear, let's do something ourselves. Because out of these small tasks, you will find great opportunities. So thank you very much for this small pep talk for me. I'm not doing it for you. I'm repeating it for myself as well. Huda Gori, is it any comments? Do you agree with this or disagree what I said?
Yes, sir, I agree with you.
जज़ाकल्लाह. फैसल बिन बदर साहब, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में कितने नौकर रखे हुए? 10 बंदे रखे हुए घर में सर.
Sir, I want to add something to all the things that you have said, if you allow me.
जी, over to you.
Exactly the similar way as you explained about Germany and America, I am practically experiencing this in Australia. Regarding doing it with my hand, I would like to share one experience. I was doing one course in that we had to wash the dishes. And when I was doing it, I was feeling very humiliated. I never did it. I mean, there used to be a Masi, the maid servant, when I was in Pakistan, but here I had to do it there. But that day I did it in front of everyone, washing the dishes and all the things and cleaning the tables during that course. After that, I now start doing it every now and then at my home, if I'm with my students in my class, wherever, I do those small tasks. And the difference that I feel like I want to share with you, I feel the humbleness, humility, these small things bring me back to the ground. I don't feel elevated like this and others are here. I feel it at par with others. So it brings me back to the ground. That is one major change that I feel. Regarding the professions that Dr. Shahid was discussing, I would like to share with you. I just finished last month reading this book. This is The Future of Professions.
Oh.
And in this book, the author said that all the tasks all the professions that are more cognitive type, like doctors, lawyers, teachers, everything, will be soon replaced by the machines, because machines are very quick in understanding what humans can do in the cognitive tasks. So all the professionals who we call professionals nowadays will be gone very far. And there's another book that I'm reading nowadays, that is The Second Machine Age. In this, the writer says that because robotics is not that advanced as much as AI, so maybe the hairdressers and the bartender will remain there for longer time, but doctors and lawyers and all the professionals will be wiped out soon through the AI. So remember that all the manual tasks, non-cognitive tasks, non-repetitive tasks will, that's what the experts say, they are there to remain there for next 10, 20, 30 years, but most likely all the professional tasks will be gone.
MashaAllah. Faisal sir, one question. How does your wife, what is your wife's comments when you do small tasks at your home?
It's a good change for her, because in Pakistan we had servants for everything, but here she had to do all the tasks. So I feel more connected to her, to my family by doing that, and it's sort of a help for her, and acknowledging what she does for all of us.
MashaAllah. Aina, what is happening in Namibia? Do you agree with that, what we said, or disagree? And what do you do in Namibia? A lot of slaves, servants.
Yes, so we were colonized by Germany, so there's a huge slave mentality amongst
Oh my God.
Namibians. Yes, so a lot of the people are following the career path so that they can scale up into society, because it is a norm back home that the more educated you are, the more honor you get, the more respect you get. So there's a huge power distance, and usually that takes away, in most cases, the humility from people. And also due to culture, of course, the mentality of men don't do certain tasks and women do certain tasks. So when certain men do home tasks and such things like that, it also humbles them. And as I forgot his name, but the sir that just spoke now, yes, just as he said, that also happens in Namibia.
You know, my friend, this gentleman, Arib, asked a very interesting question. And, you know, my mother, she was in the US, and the way she groomed us, I can do stitching, I can do cutting, I can cook vegetables, I can iron cloths, I can wash cloths in a machine, without a machine, on a stream of water, or I can. So, this is the way the parents helped us groom. So, this is what we want, that every young man and woman, we should come out of that artificial sort of cocoon, and let's create our own world. And Allama Iqbal, our national poet, this is what he said, Rutba Panjamani, अपनी दुनिया आप पैदा कर अगर जिंदों में है. अपनी दुनिया आप पैदा कर. What does it mean, Samin? If you understand Urdu, I hope you understand a bit. अपनी दुनिया आप पैदा कर अगर जिंदों में है. What does it translate into English, please? It's very simple Urdu, I think. जी समीन साहिबा, आवाज आ रही है? मरियम अब्बास, आपको, कैन यू ट्रांसलेट इट? अपनी दुनिया आप पैदा कर अगर जिंदों में है.
You have to make your own world alive.
नो, करीब पहुंच गए. समीन?
Yes, sir. It means that you should decide your own rules when, I mean that when we are amongst the society, we should decide our own rules.
It's simple. You're getting more complex. It's simple translation. Very simple. Anybody would like to volunteer?
Sir, may I speak?
जी जी.
अपनी दुनिया आप पैदा
आप,
कर.
जी.
It means that make your own world if you are a live person.
Exactly. If you are alive, Aina, if you are alive, if you are a dead person, go and make a CV and beg for a job. If you are a dead person, go and make a CV and ask and cry and whine, and वो पंजाबी में कहते हैं मिन मिन करो जाकर, मारे गए लुटे गए, सर नौकरी दे दें, मैं मर गया. हाँ जी, मैं मर गया, मैंने IBA से 30 लाख खर्च किए, मैं, मुझे दे दें सर. Beggar. Doing a job is also entrepreneurship, Arif. Otherwise, I myself disqualify. I'm teaching here at IBA. You would say, sir, what are you doing? One should practice what you preach. You should have asked me a question, sir. You're teaching about entrepreneurship. What are you doing at IBA? आपको ख्याल नहीं आया रुतबा पंजवानी? कैसा ख्याल नहीं आया कि मुझसे पूछें कि सर ये आप हमें तो बड़े मियाँ मिठू बन रहे हैं, आप खुद भी. यो वाओ. हाँ जी, और किसी को ख्याल आया? सजवर साहब?
जी सर, ख्याल आया था.
कैसा ख्याल है?
आप खुद तो बातें कर रहे हैं, हमें आप जनाब एक और लाइन पे लगाना चाह रहे हैं. हाँ जी, हाजिक साहब, आप भी एग्री करते हैं? You agree with this?
Yes,
so we will tell you our story how we are doing entrepreneurship. Okay, so we don't have time today, but what we do at CED, we do it with an entrepreneurial mindset. You know, we made like 4 million rupees for CED in COVID times. We made 4 million rupees for CED. पता है आपको इस चीज का?
नहीं सर.
हमारी टीम ने दिन रात काम किया है. Yeah, you know the way our team works. आपको अंदाजा हुआ कुछ, सजवर चन्ना?
जी सर, थोड़ा बहुत अंदाजा हुआ है.
थोड़ा हुआ है, अभी ज्यादा कराते हैं। चलिए सजे जरी साहब जरा 5वां गियर लगाओ बेटा, जरा इनकी चीखें निकालनी पड़ेंगी।
ये लोग रात को 3 बजे भी मैसेज कर रहे होते हैं सर।
हाँ जी, ये आजमी साहब, you know our team is so Rutba, I have done like 4 or 5 ventures. I did 4 or 5 ventures, and some of those ventures, most of them failed. Most of them failed and catastrophically failed, and I will share you the story. One I started right after my LUMS MBA, it failed catastrophically. And one I started like 6 years ago, and a lot of money was wasted. And then some ventures are going fine, and teaching is a venture as well. This class is a venture for me because entrepreneurship is not always making money. Entrepreneurship is also creating value. Aina? If Aina's mindset gets developed and she goes to Namibia and she opens a company in social entrepreneurship, then I have my contribution in it. I will be rewarded by God. So it's entrepreneurship is social entrepreneurship is more than making money, Rutba Panjamani. Helping others and helping people to develop. You know, there's an American professor, Clayton Christensen, a Harvard graduate. We will talk about him in the last classes. You know what he says? And can you imagine these words from an American professor? You know Harvard? You know Harvard? People know about Harvard? Harvard is,
Yes.
Harvard is, can you see my screen? Is it, okay, you can see my screen.
Yes.
You know, Harvard is, if this is, let me tell you what Harvard's true. What is HBS? So if, for example, this is the ground, and if this is IBA, and somewhere here is LUMS, don't mind. LUMS is up or down, Shuhera? Be honest. LUMS is ranking wise up or down than IBA?
In my opinion, up.
Okay. I'm a graduate of LUMS and I am working at IBA, so I have to be on both sides. But to be honest, LUMS has its own. LUMS has its own qualities and IBA has its own qualities. So I don't compare actually. I don't compare them. But the artificial people who compare, according to them, LUMS goes up. And if you go, then there's a big gap. Gap 1, then we have a gap 2, then we have 7 gaps. जैसे 7 आसमान होते हैं ना, पहला आसमान, दूसरा आसमान, and then comes Harvard. So Harvard is way up here in the rankings. In the top 1,000 universities, you won't find IBA. At the top of 1,000, there's HBS, okay? Huda Hori sahab, samajh aa rahi? Hazik sahab. And a professor at Harvard, you know what he says, Hazik? A professor says, the yardstick, listen to his words, the yardstick with which God will measure your life, the yardstick with which God will measure your life is not dollars, is not a big house, is not a big family. The yardstick with which God will measure your life is how you helped others. How you helped others.
Okay.
Become a better human being. He wrote this book in 2010, and that was a big bang. That book was a big bang in academic universities, and the professors, they couldn't think, we are teaching people how to make money, and this gentleman has taught something else. The yardstick with which God will measure your life is not dollars. The yardstick with which God will measure your life is how you helped others become a better human being. Aina, who used to say this? Who used to do this task to make things better? Human beings. Who used to do that?
So
500 years ago? Yes.
So I guess they're basically social entrepreneurs who who do for the society, who do work for the society, and it's kind of a business that benefits both, like the society as well, and the person who is doing the business as well. So social entrepreneurs.
Who was doing this 2,000 years ago? Who was doing this 2,000 years ago?
Jesus.
Exactly. Jesus was doing. Moses was doing. Abraham was doing. You once again listen, the yardstick. This is an American professor from Harvard. And you know what he says, Samin Naveed? The next thing I wanted to tell in the last class, but let me tell it right now. It is written in his Harvard article, inko bhej dein, Zarish. He says 900 people come to Harvard every year. 900 come to the Harvard MBA program. And once they graduate, after 25 years, when we look at their lives, many of them are divorced. Many of them are having alienated kids. Many of them are suffering from hypertension. And some of them end up in jail. What is Harvard selling? Shahid Qureshi is not saying that. Rutba Panjamani. Harvard professor is saying this. Is this what Harvard is selling? Divorces? You come to Harvard, spend like $150,000. After 25 years, with a 95% of confidence interval, I can say you will get a divorce. You will have alienated kids. You will be suffering from hypertension, and there's some probability you will end up in jail. You know the number of people who went to jail from Harvard is a big number now. These are those MBAs and BBAs who cheated, who lied, who did a lot of malpractices while sitting on the boards, while making corporate decisions. You know that, Aina? So that's why he wrote this book. So my dear friends, we are here in this course to learn something, to do entrepreneurship, which is environmental, social, and ethically sensitive. We want to do something which is helping. So let's do the case quickly. We have 15-20 minutes left. Azadish, what is the program? When is the guest coming?
Aswar,
when is the guest?
Today, from Monday.
There's no guest. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move quickly, please. If you don't hear, please shout. Okay, Asghar. So John okay. Is getting up. It's 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning in the United States. John is standing near the window, and his wife is standing nearby. And John is looking at it. His mood is a bit sad. Snow is falling. It's very snowy. And he looks outside and he says to his wife, I wish there is more snow. You know why? Why is he wishing? I wish there's some more snow so that I can get a leave from my office and I stay at home. I don't need to go outside to clean snow for my car drive. So he's wishing to have more snow. And he said it's very cold. I don't want to go outside and shovel it. They have to shovel the snow. It's very cold. Wind is blowing, and he doesn't want to do that. And John is a PhD. He's a physicist. He has done his PhD in physics, and he wants to avoid that. He's a techie person. He loves making gadgets. And the wife said, hey, you are doing a lot of gadgets. Why don't you go and make a gadget to remove snow? So the wife teases him. So this is the question, what shall John do? So in this case, John has some options. Number one, to use the shovel, but his shovel is going to break. So maybe he has to buy a new one. Maybe he can request a truck driver, but this big truck comes with $150. Maybe buy a snowblower, but the problem with the snowblower is it is costly and still cold wind blows. So these are options. He's wondering what to do. Let's know about John. John is a crazy person from his childhood. He has been doing experiments. While he was in college, he developed this slingshot. And when he used to become angry, when he used to get low grades, he used to bomb the professor's room with ice slingshots, with ice balls. He used to fly them away, far away from their windows. And when he went to his PhD, he did his research. Then he got married. He joined IBM. So he always was engaged in technical things and experiments. And that's why his family called him. There was a film in the United States in the 70s, in my childhood days. And the name of that film was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was a car which was 3-in-1. This car could fly, this car could become a boat, and this car could go on the roads. 3-in-1. So there was an inventor who made that. And that was called Caractacus. So John was called Caractacus by his wife, his family, and his kids. He was always doing experiments. When he got a baby boy or girl, he said, I want to make a changing station. I have less space in my house. So he made a folding table. So that folding table could do the changing and hold some things. When his daughter got up bigger, he made a lot of bridges, cantilevered bridges with them. And he used to make a lot of toys and techie things, cantilever art for his daughter. And when he was living at home, there were some pranksters who used to ring his bell and run away. And he got annoyed what to do. So in his living room, where he used to sleep, he put a thread and connected the camera. He put a camera here, and he used a thread to bring that thread to his bedroom, and it is hanging here. Whenever somebody used to bell the ring and prank him, he would pull the thread, and the camera will take the picture. And he will get it printed and know who these young people were. So this man is techie, he loves science and applications. And in his backyard, when you see the grass was growing, and this is not Pakistan that you can hire servants. You have to do things yourselves. So as a techie, he started thinking out of the box. You know, Arib, he thought that why don't I grow some sheep here? They will eat it. Then he said it will be difficult to feed them. I need more people to do that. Then he thought, why don't I use laser and chemicals? But then he thought it will be too dangerous. And then he was looking, and one day as he was looking at his car in the garage, he came up with an idea, hey, why don't I have a car which is like 3 horsepower or 4 horsepower? Why don't I put a blade here in front of the car? If I put this shovel in front of the car, that can be a good ice remover. So my dear students, do you think this is a good idea? Ji Janab.
Yes, sir.
Are there anybody can share? Can anybody tell, is this a good idea? Who, please raise your hand. I will give you a call. I will give you a call. Let Ghazi Walid bin Ghazi Saab from IBA. I am asked to unmute. Can you please tell me, is this a good idea to put this shovel in front of the car?
But this, sir, can you repeat?
It is?
Can you repeat, sir? I could not understand the last
Is this a good idea to put this yellow thing, this shovel in front of the car?
Yes, sir.
Great. Shifa, what is your opinion? Is it a good idea?
Sure, but what if the car is outside and it's snowing? Then the shovel would be in the snow itself, wouldn't it be?
Interesting. Very good. Osama Tariq, what is your idea?
No, sir. No, sir. It will damage the car if we attach this.
How will it damage the car?
Sir, as with force, when we will remove the snow, so it can damage the bumper or the side of the car
And if
where
there's
it will be
something
attached.
hard thing coming in, hard rock coming in, this
Yes.
impact will go back. It will damage the
Yes.
car. The body is not that strong. It is not that
Yes.
strong, so it will damage the car. So when he looked
Yes,
at
sir.
that, he said, "No, that is not going to work." He started reflecting, and then he saw some packaging material in his house. When he saw this packaging material, he said, "Wow, why don't I use this to make a shovel? Can I make a shovel out of this packaging material?" Hanji, Hazik, is it a good idea to make a shovel with packaging material?
No, sir. Until
Why
unless you're
not?
using a, because it absorbs water, and that could make it light, or it can basically destroy it if you make
Oh,
a
get deep.
brick of it. If you use a wax on it, then it might be durable or sustainable in the weather.
वाओ
Or else
आपने वीडियो देखी है जबरदस्त
yes,
यार
I've watched all the
कमाल
videos.
कर दिया फिर आप जरा आप जवाब कम दीजिएगा ताकि सस्पेंसर है जिन्होंने वीडियो नहीं देखी ओके so he talked about wood he thought about corrugated water board corrugated this is means corrugation making these ups and downs so that increases the so this is what he said let's do that so he's an engineer he opened his CAD CAM computer aided design thing he did some calculations and he found out that 3 by 8 inch thickness would work and the cardboard thickness he found that found the angle of the plow and then he made the first prototype. The first prototype was something like this and he said wow he couldn't test it was summers but he found it was too flimsy too big to transport difficult to assemble and you know what happened we talked about where do ideas come from ideas come from luck chance serendipity observation reading looking at others he saw his daughter's toys you know anybody knows what is this these dolls have you seen these dolls in Namibia Annie
Yes.
these are called matryoshka nesting dolls he said hey why don't I make something which can be nested so that less space will be consumed so he got this idea you see where do we get ideas from the crow you see the son of Adam you see when he killed his brother he never knew how to bury him you know where he got an idea how to bury human being
Yes,
From
sir.
a crow.
from a crow you know where the Japanese got the ideas for the bullet train because the bullet train was when the bullet train entered the tunnel there were a lot of forces which created resistance and you know one Japanese scientist saw a bird diving into water and they saw the beak of this bird and they saw the angle they copied this angle to the sorry they copied this angle of the bird to the engine of the bullet train and this problem was resolved so where do we learn from we learn from birds and kids and toys observation and reading traveling languages meeting experimenting so here you go he made this design and here you go and then here you go and he said let me get it trademarked let me hire an attorney patent application he went to an engineer can you make a die for me maybe for $2,000 he said he cut the pieces of cardboard winter came he tested on the driveway with some additional modification he decided to bring his idea to a buyer and he was very happy with his work it has taken him 1 year He is confident that this will bring a revolution. He presents the buyer with a snowplow having the follow sales pitch. He says, sir, this can be assembled in less than 10 minutes with no exertion. You can disassemble in 2 minutes. I will charge $50. It can withstand 4 storms, sir. So let's see a quick video. Let's see a quick video and see what he is doing. And then I will ask you a quiz. So Zarish, can you please send that form to them? And that will be online common sense quiz coming up. Online, let's see the video first. I will show you the video first. Let me open it in YouTube. John the Inventor. Zarish Sahaba, bhej rahi cheezein? Are you sending the material? Zarish, can you hear me?
I'm calling her. Don't worry.
Okay, ठीक है. Shifa Sahaba, you have any question? Okay, हो गया. Okay, it's taking a while. Why is it taking a
Yes, sir, I'm doing that.
while? Okay, it's open. Okay, great. Okay, my dear great people, my dear budding entrepreneurs, I'm going to share you this 30 seconds video. So please look at it and see what is John doing. John is coming from his house, goes into the garage, and he brings that piece. He had assembled it earlier somewhere, and he installs that. He's done it. He goes into the car. He sits and he's driving, and he's removing snow with the cardboard. And he's going to the main street down. So in US, there's like 100, 200 meters distance to the main street. So he's able to clean the snow. It took him 1 year. It took him 1 year. Now, my students, the question is, what is the question? The assignment question is, let me go back and share you the screen, and that is, so can you see this thing, Ji? So assignment is, you are being sent, Zarish Sahiba, in our CD, we try to call people by name and by respect. So that whenever we, in our center, in IBA, you can call, we don't recommend in LUMS. I told you we used to call by abbreviations. In CD, like Zarish, I myself call her Zarish Sahiba or Ma'am Zarish out of respect. Asghar Saab. Maybe some people say these old traditions, but we live with that. And you can call her Baji as well. And so Zarish will be giving you this. And in this
Sir,
case,
I've shared it on the WhatsApp group.
Thank you. So everybody will have, you can open your WhatsApp, and there's an edit thing, and you just right away go to your WhatsApp, and you will have to, there are many questions. So every question you have to rate on a scale of 0 to 5, okay? I will give you an example. So this is called the feasibility scorecard. Do you think that this idea of a plow putting in front of a car is a good idea? Do you think this business will work? Do you think this is a good idea? Is it feasible? So you are BBA business students. So you have to answer these questions. 0 means doom. 5 means yes. So it means bad, very good. Okay. So are industry forces favorable? What do we mean by industry forces? People are spending, suppliers, distributors, the government. So let's assume, you can take assumptions. You can take a lot of assumptions which you take in your mind. And you are in United States, it is like 1990s. So this is assumption, you are 90s, you are in the US. and things are fine, the government is stable, the currency is fine, and it's good times. So our industry force is favorable. So if you say, okay, I'll put here, does this product service address a compelling pain? Do you think people have a pain that there's a lot of snow and they don't want to go out in the cold? So you have to write, whatever your 4, 5, it's up to you. So you keep on marking. Does this product service provide a clear customer benefit? Is it a clear customer benefit, do you think? People can really relate, oh wow, it's solving a big problem. So you don't go to my numbers, I'm just marking out of random. Are there potential derivative product service offerings? Derivative means that once John started selling this, maybe he can start other products later on. Can he find and develop other derivative products? Maybe he can offer a service of home delivery. Maybe he can offer a service of car cleaning later on. Do you think that? Is there a clear way to make money with this product? Is there a way to make money? Are multiple potential sources of revenue available? Can you make money through other ways like online selling, not online, by catalog selling in those days, by opening his own showroom, selling at other shops? Is there a large and growing market for this product, do you think? It's United States. There are millions of people owning cars. I think the population is growing with like 3%. So every year population is growing. A lot of people immigrating to the US. So what is your take? Will it be easy and relatively inexpensive to get a lot of customers? Can you do advertisement with less money? So what is your answer? Do you think he has less money? Can he still do advertisement? And remember, there's no internet in those days. Is it likely that he can get intellectual property and get a patent? Do you think he can get a patent on this cardboard design? Will it be easy to produce? Can he make it in his garage? Or will he need a factory? Will it be easy to produce in volumes? If 500 orders come, can he make that big order? Can this business be started with less funding, like $5,000? Do you think? Yes or no, maybe? Can this founder raise money for it easily? Can he go and ask a rich man, sir, can you give me $20,000? Do you think people will listen to him? He's a PhD, by the way. IBM, working at IBM. Is a strong, complete management team in place? He has one son who is finishing his BBA, undergrad in business. And do you think does he need a big team? Does the team have the necessary partners? Will it be easy to secure strategic partners? Leave this question for a while. So at the end of the day, you scored. And if your maximum score can be like, these are how many questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 questions, 16 into 5 is how much? 16 into 5? 80. So anybody who has scored of 40 and above, it means he will go for it. He will advise John to go and start this business. Anybody who is less than 40, he will say, leave it. So you have like 3 minutes. Please do the calculations and send this back to Zarish Baji. And Zarish to Zarish Saiba, and in English we can call Baji, Urdu, and send it to her in like 4 minutes. Okay?
You can send it to your respective
cluster.
Yeah, you can send it to your respective cluster groups, WhatsApp cluster groups, and those who are not added yet, they can send on the main group.
Can you, Zarish, do a favor for me? Can you keep on counting how many people are going for it and how many people are not going for it? Asghar, Zarish, cluster coordinators, please.
Yes, sir,
And
we are on it, sir.
can I stop sharing now, everybody?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
ठीक है जी, carry on. Amna Saba, thank you for coming. Nimi Siddiqui Saba, thank you for coming. Zarish Saba, mashallah, you're helping. Shiza Amber is ready for the game. Are you ready? Shiza and her team.
Yes, I'm here.
And then we have और कौन है हमारे साथ? Asghar Azmi, thank you for coming. And और कौन है हमारे साथ? Javeri Arshad, thank you for coming. Javeri, are you
Sir,
enjoying
can you
it?
please, sir, can you please make all the CD team co-host so that
Okay,
as we have an
okay. Oh,
experience.
yes.
Thank
Welcome.
you, sir.
Ji, Jazakallah. Nimi Siddiqui Saba, please make sure you write your name in front of you. फैसल बिन बदर साहब, नई चीजें आ रही हैं फिर. असगर आजमी इसको होस्ट, नीमी सिद्दीकी इसको होस्ट, जवेरी अरशद, बेटा अपने सामने सीडी भी लिख लिया करें ताकि वो. फातिमा अली साहिबा, आई होप यू आर एंजॉयिंग.
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah.
हाँ जी, लर्निंग हो रही है हर रोज नई कि अगली भी जा रही है. माशाल्लाह. Fatma is a very hard working and one of my favorite students in the MBA program. Mashallah, she's going to make a difference, inshallah, with our team. And Javeri Arshad is doing her MBA. And we have Nimi Siddiqui Saba. She didn't take my course during her MBA, so Azarish didn't take my course either. असगर साहब, इनसे ना पार्टी लेनी है इन लोगों ने, जिन लोगों ने एमबीए किया, हमारा कोर्स ही नहीं लिया एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का. अल्लाह के बंदों ने.
सर इस दफा मैंने भी ले लिया सर आपका कोर्स.
हाँ जी, इनको जुर्माना करो सबको जो है ना जी, अल्लाह के बंदों को. जेवेरिया साहबा, फातिमा ने ले लिया था, आमना ने भी लिया हुआ. आमना कहाँ है? लेकिन खैर जरिश ने तो ले लिया है धक्के से.
सर मैंने बहुत से कोर्सेज ले लिए हैं किड्स के
हाँ, बस
साथ.
आने मैं जरा प्यार से कहता होता हूँ जरिश साहब, थोड़ा सा वो
जी सर, आई
डांटने में भी थोड़ा सा, डांटने में भी थोड़ा सा मजा आता है ना आप लोगों को, तो आप उसको एंजॉय किया करें.
जी सर, ऑब्वियसली.
रमशा सदीकी साहबा जो हैं वो माशाल्लाह, ये भी हमारी सीडी की टीम. रमशा साहबा, आपको कोई फायदा हुआ कि अगला भी गया?
बिल्कुल नहीं सर, क्यों नहीं फायदा हुआ. बिल्कुल, रोज आपका गाइडेंस, आपके इतना सुनने को मिल रहा है, एक्सपीरियंस, तो बिल्कुल इसका तो फुल फायदा उठाना चाहिए.
बस मैं भी आपसे सीख रहा हूँ भाई. आज देखे ना, हमारे अरीब साहब ने इतने मुश्किल सवाल पूछते हैं, वो हमें समझ नहीं आती. और मैं आपको सही बता रहा हूँ, क्लास 2-3 के बच्चों के साथ आपने देखा है कितने मुश्किल सवाल पूछते हैं. वो हम क्लीन बोल्ड हो जाते हैं. मुर्तजा साहब, हमारा लम्स का MBA PhD एक तरफ हो जाता है. वो ऐसे मुश्किल सवाल पूछते हैं क्लास 3, 4, 5, 6 के बच्चे. हाँ जी, नोट किया आपने? एनीबॉडी वाज देयर यस्टरडे? हाँ जी, वो एक बच्चा 5वीं का, वो जनाब, उसने कहा सर एंजल इन्वेस्टर कहाँ से आएगा. वो मैंने कहा यार तुम, ये आपको कहाँ से पता चल गई टर्मिनोलॉजी?
8th क्लास का बच्चा?
हाँ जी.
ओहो
जी, ये
माशाल्लाह बहुत शार्प बच्चे हैं, नो डाउट.
आप लोग समझ रहे हैं कि हमने BBA करके फन्ने खां बन गए हैं यार इधर IBA आकर, वो आपको बेच खाएंगे ये लोग. मिकाइल साहब,
आमना को भी को होस्ट बना दें.
मिकाइल साहब, आप अल्लाह के, आप तो सिर्फ डराने वाले नहीं है सच, वो इजराइल है डराने वाले. ठीक है. मिकाइल किस लिए मशहूर है? व्हाई इज मिकाइल फेमस? व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द एंजल फॉर?
सर उनका काम होता है रिस्क का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन और बारिश कराने का.
तो जनाब, आपकी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है बेटा, आपने ये कोर्स इस नीयत से करें. डू दिस कोर्स विद दिस इंटेंशन टू हेल्प ह्यूमैनिटी. Do this course with the intention to promote entrepreneurship. ठीक है जी. Do this course to help people find and discover their entrepreneurial potential. नीयत बदल लें अपनी. आप IBA में इसलिए नहीं आए कि you want to, आप इसलिए आए हैं खिदमत के लिए. सारी नीयत बदल लें. Everybody in the class change their intention that we are here to serve the whole world. तवाब साहब, agree?
नीयत बदल ली तबाब साहब?
सर मेरी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी ब्रेकडाउन हुआ था, इसलिए मैं अभी मैंने ज्वाइन किया, रीज्वाइन किया है, तो
अब
मुझे
कोई
पता नहीं
बात
कि क्या
कोई बात
कॉन्वर्सेशन।
मैंने कहा नीयत बदल लें, मनी विल फॉलो यू, रिश्ते भी आएंगे इंशाल्लाह आप लोगों के, रिश्ते भी आएंगे, पैसे भी आएंगे, घर भी आएंगे, इमिग्रेशन भी मिल जाएगी, लेकिन वो बाई प्रोडक्ट होगा। हैव यू एवर सीन ए पर्सन परचेजिंग काउ एंड बफलो फॉर काउ डंग? देखा आपने रमशा साहब कि जी आई एम परचेजिंग ए बफलो बिकॉज आई लाइक काउ डंग, काउ वेस्ट मुझे होता अच्छा लगता है। वो अल्लाह के बंदो वो तो मिल जाएगा मुफ्त, आई एम गेटिंग द काउ फॉर काउ मिल्क। So जनाब IBA, MBA, BBA, PhD is for it should be noble. हम खिदमत, we are here to serve, help to make people happy. We are here to make contribution in this world. We want to make this world a happy place for all humanity. So do this. Money will follow you. You will still inshallah get good rishtas, inshallah. Tell me, I guarantee inshallah, inshallah. चल के
सर
आएंगे।
आपके जैसी अच्छी सोबत चाहिए होती है ना, अब आपका साथ तो सिर्फ अभी 15 दिनों के लिए मिल रहा है।
जी बेटा मैं समझ नहीं आखिरी बात।
हमें तो अच्छी सोबत की जरूरत होती है, इसलिए ताकि रिवीजन होता रहे बार बार हमें रिव्यू याद लाने के लिए कि भाई
बेटा
हमें
मुझे
आदत
भी चाहिए, आई एम आल्सो नीडिंग दैट। तो मुझे भी आप जैसे बच्चों से आई टेल यू हमें भी उसी तरह जरूरत है। क्या ख्याल है आमना साहब? आमना चांदना साहब देखें हमारी जबरदस्त स्टूडेंट है भाई माशाल्लाह।
सर वो एक नेटवर्क की बात होती है ना, द काइंड ऑफ पीपल यू एसोसिएट योरसेल्फ विद, उनका असर आप पे हो ही जाता है।
एमी साहब आप भी कुछ फरमा दें।
सर मैं किड्स के सेशन को लेके ये बात कर रही थी कि जो किड्स का सेशन था वो वाकई में बहुत ही चैलेंजिंग है मेरे ख्याल से। इनफैक्ट सबसे ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग है अभी तक मैं जितने भी यहाँ पर प्रोग्राम्स देखे, कोर्सेज देखे उसके अंदर।
यानी
और
दे
माशाल्लाह बहुत शार्प बच्चे हैं, बहुत शार्प है बच्चे
जनाब मिकाइल साहब उनको क्लास 3 के बच्चे को क्या पता डॉक्टर शाहिद कौन है। देन उनको उनके ऊपर कोई रौब नहीं चलता, ना उनको ग्रेड्स का डर है आपकी तरह, ना उनको they are what they are. So anybody who wants to experience, they can request Zarish Baji and she can make you visit. आधे घंटे का टूर करा सकते हैं आपको। Anybody who wants to see what is happening in the class, they can come for a tour. जी। और अगले कोर्स में जो 3-4 महीने बाद होगा, you can recommend your cousins, छोटे बहन भाई जिनके हैं, I tell you उनको 5 दिन का 15 hours का ये कोर्स कराएं, इंशाअल्लाह ताला they will be different siblings इंशाअल्लाह। क्या ख्याल है जनाब? जवेरी अरसे तो उसमें नहीं है। ये आमना साहब आमना is teaching them Spanish, you know. आमना teaches them Spanish। कल आमना मैं सोच रहा था कि वो जब टूर कराती है ना आप, उसमें हमने थोड़ी सी स्ट्रेटेजी चेंज की है कल। हम ये करते हैं कि हर 15-20 सेकंड के बाद ना तस्वीर रोक देते हैं।
ओके।
एंड देन वी टॉक। अदरवाइज बच्चे पता कल क्या कह रहे थे? वो कह रहे थे कि ये तो हम खुद भी देख सकते हैं। तो अब कल जो हमने तो अभी जो हमने शिकागो का टूर कराया था ना
जी,
तो वो जो उमर साहब थे वो हर 20-25 सेकंड बाद रोकते थे और उसके बाद डिस्क्राइब पर्सनल टच आता था। जब वो पर्सनल टच आता है ना तो फिर वो बात और हो जाती है। तो एक तो ये ख्याल करें, और दूसरा अगर कोई टूर कराना हो दरिश हमने तो उस बार्सिलोना का या बर्लिन का, तो उसकी पहले ना पिक्चर स्टैटिक इकट्ठी लेकर ना डॉक्टर आबिद से, फॉर एग्जांपल डॉक्टर आबिद आज बर्लिन का टूर कराएंगे। डॉक्टर आबिद इज माय फ्रेंड एंड ही डिड हिज पीएचडी इन 2004 फ्रॉम बर्लिन एंड ही इज ए रिसर्चर देयर। तो वो उनसे कुछ पिक्चर्स पहले जो है ना, जो हमारे मुंतजमीन है असगर साहब, वो पिक्चर्स पहले अरेंज कर लें और फिर वीडियोस रोक कर ना वो बताएंगे। अदरवाइज हमारे समर स्कूल वाले भी कहेंगे कि सर ये तो हम खुद ही देख लेंगे। और भाई खुद देखना नहीं होगा, वो साथ कमेंटेटर भी है ना जो बताएगा कि ये क्या है यहाँ पे।
ठीक सर, बिल्कुल।
Sir, most of them have done the quiz and the scores are on the chat box at Zoom.
अच्छा आंसर बता दे कितने % लोग हैं जो कह रहे हैं यस जॉन को करना चाहिए? Shiza, are you ready? Shiza and the team.
Yes, I'm ready.
So I will
Yes,
be
sir.
handing it over to you, and we will see the results once we come back. Over to the coordinator.
Sir, in a meanwhile, can you please make the breakouts as per the clusters? While we are
कितने बनाने बचे?
सर 6 बनाने और हर क्लस्टर में एक कोऑर्डिनेटर चला जाएगा ऑफ सीडी टीम एंड जस्ट डोंट ओपन इट जब मैं कहूं
ओके
ओके
Everybody, please share
अभी मैं ओपन
the
नहीं करूंगा,
slides.
अभी मैं बनाता हूं। तो
ओके यस आई एम शेयरिंग
ठीक, आप इन मीनवाइल ब्रीफिंग शुरू कर दें, ब्रीफिंग।
Yes. So hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Shazambar and good morning from Pakistan.
Good morning.
So the activity we have today is construct your own masterpiece. I'm waiting for the slides to open and then I'll proceed with the guidelines, right? Zarishwari, please open it.
Yes, it's opening.
Okay, let's wait for it and then we'll proceed.
मैं इधर ही हूं, जौहर की तरफ हूं, तो आईबी तो नहीं
Can you see my screen? It's done.
No, I
आज
cannot
शाम
see it.
मगरिब तक है।
Can everyone see my screen?
जज़ाकल्लाह, बहुत शुक्रिया।
Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. Acha ji. So, moving on to the next slide. In this particular activity, this is basically an individual activity. You'll be moving to the breakouts, but you need to come up with your own ideas, right? Here you are standing at a workshop. This guy says that you need to buy 3 Slack resources from your 100 euros, right? You need to save some. You need to save some of the amount, and you can actually consume all of your 100 euros, right? You need to take 3 of the Slack resources.
You can't see the slides.
We can't see the
Kinza,
slides.
we can't see the slides.
We can just see your screen. You have not opened the document.
Please share the slides. In the meanwhile, can Amin Nazir has no cluster number. Okay, Mariam Abbas, Sami Shahnawaz, इनका cluster number add कर दें please. Over to Shiza.
Okay, I can explain you and then your cluster coordinators will also open up the slides in your breakouts, right? You need to buy 3 of the Slack resources from 100 euros and come up with an idea of a product. You may brand out your idea. You may set a price of it. You may use persuasive skills to sell the product in your clusters, right? And then turn by turn, you will have 2 minutes to brainstorm for the idea. And then turn by turn, you'll share your ideas with your cluster coordinators, right? You need to tell them which 3 Slack resources you picked up, how much did you save, which effectuation principle did you apply, and you may also sketch up your product and then share on your WhatsApp cluster groups, right? So this is all from my side. Good luck. And I don't know why these slides are not opening, but your cluster coordinators have the slides, so they'll open up and they'll explain it to you again, right?
Shiza, you can't see the slides. It's open.
I cannot.
Can everyone can see the slides, or is this issue?
No.
It's still stuck at the folder.
Only the folder.
I guess she's only shared the folder. She's not shared the slides with us.
No, I did share the slide. Okay, just wait a minute.
Zarisaba, there are very few people in C4, only 4 people. And Zain Lee has come in from China. Can you please add her as a... Oh, that's... I will
shift her to
guidelines. They say pick only 3 resources from the workshop. You only have 100 euros for your purchase. Once you select your items, you need to draw or sketch on a notebook or notepad some meaningful product using your hand-picked items. This is an optional guideline. You may do it if you like, right? You need to name or brand your product, set some price of it, mention your savings if any, and highlight your product prominent or unique features. Make it available for your purchase so your cluster members can make a purchase if they like. You may use persuasive skills for selling, right? And the time allowed for picking, sketching, and selling is 5 to 6 minutes, right? You need to brainstorm for your idea for only 2 minutes, and then you need to share your ideas with your cluster coordinators in the breakouts, right? Please move to the next slide so I can show them the Slack resources.
Yes. Can you see it?
Yes. So we have ice cream sticks, scotch tape, scissor, tarpaulin, marker.
So like my group members, one of them made a wallet out of just a strong thread and a leather that he got from connections. Then another person used only sticks to make wooden frames. And another person is using, he has a very, creative idea. So he used the scissors, tarpaulin, and wood. And the cost that he incurred was only $0.9, and he sold it for $2 per frame. And he was able to make 44 pieces. So he was making wooden frames with colors on it and everything. So these are the 4 ideas, just to make it hurry.
Great, thank you very much. So over to me, and that is once again Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So let's see how many people went for it. Zarish, do you have some data?
Yes, sir. I've written the scores on the chat box at Zoom. In Zoom.
Can you tell me? I can't see it now. Can you tell me how many people say go for this idea, not go for this idea?
Achha, they actually shared the score, so everyone can share their views right now, sir.
No. It will take a lot of time. 40 people will take 32 minutes. Can you
Actually,
just see how many people are more than 40? How many people are more than 35 or 40 scores?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sir, there are around 15 to 20 people.
And how many are less than that?
Less than is let me share. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are very less, 7 to 8. Just a minute.
7 to 8 people. And
Yeah.
what is the total? So the majority of the class is going for it, and
Around.
not going for it. Can anybody who are not going for it, can you just give them a call, and can they explain why not? Anybody would like to say?
Can I say?
Arif is one of them, and he got 27.
Arif, why not?
I just kept thinking about it, even though it's a very innovative idea, and he developed that idea for one whole year. I was just thinking about even though using that word, I'm scared of using that word in front of you, using the practical applications of that product, because he is using his car, and not everybody would have the same powered car that would able be to drag the snow out of the driveway, and that's one consideration. He's not selling the car; he's selling that product, and using that only has like 200-meter thing, that only the driveway will clean the snow off. So even though it's very easy, I think it will end up being very expensive that not a lot of people will buy.
Great, thanks a lot. Wonderful. Anybody else?
Yeah, Waleed can share. And Hamza Azek, you can share. Okay, you got 32 points. Yeah.
Yes, Ahmed Hazek bhi aa jaye.
Ahmed Hazek.
So basically, it's not a profitable business. And secondly, in that video that you showed earlier, so in that you can see the.
वो आपने वीडियो देखी हुई है ना हाजिर, इसलिए आपने जवाब दें. आपने तो वीडियो देखी हुई, अल्लाह के बंदे, आपने तो पता है जवाब का. अच्छा आप ठहरे.
Okay, Waleed got 28. Waleed.
जिसने वीडियो देखी है वो ना बताए. हाजिर आपको उसके नंबर मिल जाएंगे. आपको I already know you are watching, so प्रोएक्टिव रहने के लिए मार्क्स मैं देता हूँ. जी नेक्स्ट.
मैंने भी देख लिया.
अच्छा जिसने देखी है, अब सारे कहेंगे हमने देखी है. खुदा साहब आपने भी देखी है. कंचन भी देखी है.
Huda got 39 and Waleed, are you here?
हुदा साहब आप किस तरफ हैं? आप पता नहीं चल रहा है. आप किसकी तरफ हैं? आप तो दरमियान में आ गई. तो आप बताइए जनाब किस तरफ वोट डालेंगी? Go or not go?
Huda, are you here?
अच्छा हुदा बता देंगी.
Okay. Waleed can share. He got 28.
अच्छा तवाब साहब.
Sir, ma'am already told sir that I have seen the video. That's why I'm not saying.
चलिए फिर आगे चल.
Yusuf and Kamran got 30
What
cents.
happened
Okay.
was, Kanchan Sahaba, we got the patent. Awaaz aa rahi meri?
Yes, sir.
My sound is clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Amran Anwar.
Sir, it's clear.
मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
जी जी
जी
सर आ
सर,
रही है.
आ रही है सर. Sorry, your video is frozen.
I think net disconnect हो गया उनका.
हाँ सर, आई थिंक अब तो आवाज भी नहीं आ रही.
Yeah, he is joining back.
Yeah, he's back.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, so sorry, my dear friends, for this quick intervention, and I'm back. So what happened was John got the patent easily. He got the trademark easily, and then the problem what he faced was that when it gets wet, it becomes incompatible. So as a scientist, he struggled and he found out a way. He applied wax to the cardboard, so he was able to get it a stiff cardboard which couldn't get wet and get weak. And after doing that, he went to a nearby chain of superstores and he talked to them that, sir, I want to sell it. They expressed immediate and significant interest in that, in stocking the item, but they said they would only do it if he proves demand. If he proves demand and functionality, and they asked him that go and sell it for 1 year to smaller local hardware stores. They said yes, but with a but. But do it in a smaller store if you enhance your credibility. He goes to a smaller store. जनाब ये for example ये कंचन साहबा आप हैं. If you don't mind, if you are the owner of the shop, तो ये आपके पास आते हैं जॉन और कहते हैं कि कंचन साहबा, can you put my box? Can you put my box here? Can you put in your display? Can you put on display here in your shelf? तो आप क्या कहेंगे? What would you say, Kanchan? If he comes to you for displaying in your shop, and he tells you that the sales price is $50 and my cost is like 30, 35, and for every sale you will make $15. For every sale you will make $15. What is your take, Kanchan?
Sir, I let him put it in my store.
Go for it.
Yeah, I let him put it in my store, but again, like you said, there's going to be a but attached to it that in case it doesn't work out for me or for him, then we'd have to, see to it that he might have to take his goods back.
Okay. Can anybody see a problem here? Can anybody see a problem here? Anybody? Arif, Hassan?
Yes, sir. There's a significant problem over here.
There
Sir,
is
may
a
I?
Aha, it is, you see, occupying a very big space. And if she sells this item for like $30, maybe she's making $15 out of this small space, and this big thing will be giving her very. Awaaz aa rahi hai?
No,
Can
sir.
you hear me? Okay, just a minute. Let me change my internet signal. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Darish?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay. Thank you. So my dear friends, once again, it depends. It depends that what is the cost of the shelf space. So as a retailer, would I remove snow? She was selling snow blowers. The cost of the snow blower was $250. For every snow blower, she was making 125. What would she like to sell? Snow blowers in which she makes 125, or a cardboard snow plow she's selling for 50.
So I can hear you.
I think sir got disconnected.
Yes.
Just wait for some time. He'll be. The internet connection. Do you all face this internet issues at your place?
Yes, a lot.
Ma'am, very
Especially
often,
BTCL.
very often.
Yes.
BTCL
Very
तो खैर
often.
चेंज करा लो.
एक इंटरनेट और एक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मैम, ये दोनों चीजें कल का पूरा सेशन मेरा मिस हुआ है.
स्टॉर्म फाइबर
Do inform me the same day. मतलब same day को मुझे बता दिया करो. If you guys have missed any quiz or assignment, I will compensate. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for
But
consideration.
for midterm, this is not the case. क्योंकि midterm के लिए you have a lot of time.
मैम also जो guest sessions हैं वो भी upload हो जाएंगे
Everything
ना
is
channel?
recorded. Yeah, पूरा session record होता है, and we share recording on the WhatsApp group. So if you guys miss anything, you can go check.
It's uploaded on the YouTube channel, right?
It's uploaded on the YouTube
please.
channel, and we share link on the WhatsApp group as well. The student वाला जो group है.
Okay.
Let me. Asghar Saab, are you here? Okay, sir is here. Fine. He's here.
वो बिजली का कोई मसला हो गया था. So I'm back.
No issue,
I
sir,
hope
no issue.
it won't happen again. So, my dear friends, thank you very much. So once again, whenever somebody puts place in your cupboard or in the shelf, we always look what benefit are we getting. So this lady, Kanchan, for example, she will say that, hey, this big box will give me only $15, and this is giving me $125. So that's why she said she might relent and she will not stock. So this didn't work. She didn't take her product. And if you look at this picture, can you just look at this picture at the top? Can you just look at the picture at the top? Can you find any problem here in this picture? Is there what can you see? Is any problem here in this picture? Azik, I know you know that.
Probably the
I'm not speaking.
Huh?
Yes, I'm not speaking.
जी.
सर द कार जो है वो डायरेक्टली बाहर निकल रही है. अगर वो ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में खड़ी होगी तो वो नहीं निकल सकेगी.
Exactly. So we don't park car this way. Yeah. We do not park cars this way, and that's why this is not natural. So this is not according to consumer behavior. And if I park the car the opposite way, and if I put the plow on the back side, what is the problem?
It might get fired.
It might get fired, and in the US, this is a safety hazard. In Pakistan, there's no hazard at all. In Pakistan, there's no hazard. You can do whatever you like. In the US, in Pakistan, this is a safety hazard. You will not allowed to do that. Insurance people were not allowed to do that. So what happened was, John realized that he really need to redesign, and he said that it's too difficult, so I'm not going to do this. He said, no, I don't want to do this. So my dear students, is this a case of a failure? The question is. Hazik, now I can tell you, you didn't see this in the video. Hazik, you can listen me?
Yes, sir.
आप बताएं ना बच्चे, आप काबू आए. आप बताएं जरा, आपने वीडियो नहीं देखी होगी ना इसकी. Is this a failure? What is this now?
No, sir. In my opinion, it's not a failure because he learned a lot of things in it, and he got exposure regarding his work, and he pursued what he wanted to or what he liked. So it's more like yeah, what he learned, and that's all. It's not completely a failure. So that's the thing. Even though his business didn't run, but he learned a lot of things, and he got exposure and experience, and he enjoyed it. Yeah, so
What is
that's about it.
was it an affordable loss? Was it an affordable loss?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He spent this extra time on weekends. Maybe he spent $3,000-4,000 extra time, extra, and he likes this. He likes experimenting. He likes making gadgets, so he enjoys this. So he enjoyed another project. So that's a key learning. And could he done something better to avoid this failure? Anybody, any idea? Any idea?
So he should have
Any idea, Aina? Could he have done something different in the beginning?
So he should
Did he
have
miss
considered.
something?
So the basic science, the basic science of how the car is parked. That's the thing that he missed, I guess. So if he had incorporated that, so he must have designed
Why did he
something
miss
else.
that? Why did he miss that?
Sir,
Why did he miss that?
Sir, probably because I guess he does not he parks the car in a different manner as compared to the normal public. So he
No. Okay. Why he missed that? You're right.
Sir, I
He
think there were
missed
more
something.
issues than this.
Okay, what is more into this?
When he went to the store, there was a space issue as well. So there were many other gaps as well.
I know what you would like to say. Because you see, there was a principle called bird in hand, and there was a principle called quilt. Maybe he did not talk too much with other people. He could have collaborated and talked with customers, with neighbors, with friends, and maybe he could have come up too early on that, oh, this we have to get rid of this problem early on. So he came to know after 1 year. So you see, this is a problem with engineers and scientists. They fall in love with their invention. They fall in obsession with their idea. So falling in love with your idea can make you blinded. So it's always better to use effectuation theory. Talk to your friends and neighbors bird in hand, and look at surprises, and look at your affordable loss, and develop your quilt. So you get feedback early on. Keep on doing experiments and get early on feedback. So if you follow that, maybe you could have known that pretty early rather than 1 long year. So remember, so this failure is not a real failure. I would say it is, we call it, this is an affordable loss failure. This is a learning failure. Yes.
Oh, I was just going to say that he focused a lot on the object of creation and didn't consider a lot of the surrounding factors, which of course will impact or have an influence on the object being a success in the end.
Exactly. So, and why do you don't look at external factors? Because when you are not asking people and talking to people. Okay. So thanks a lot for this wonderful case. And what about the lessons learned in this case? Any lesson? Let me ask somebody who didn't talk that much today. Furqan Bhatti, your camera is not working. Sayyid Muhammad, can you switch on? Furqan Bhatti, can you tell me what did we learn in this case? Muhammad Dawood, your tendency, you can get lower grades, gentlemen, because I want to
Can I say something?
And I know, yes.
Sir, actually my camera is not working.
So beta, you can get it repaired, yaar. A camera जो है ना 1500 रुपए का आता है. You can get and purchase and get the money from me. Okay, you can go and for tomorrow you can get a camera for 1500 rupees only.
COVID में सर मैं market.
मैं ले आऊंगा यार, मुझे एड्रेस दे दो, मैं भिजवा देता हूँ लेकर यार. आप किसी को भेज कर कह दें यार ऑनलाइन
You don't have to worry यार. सर मैं बस next time से इंशाल्लाह.
Better, there are always excuses when people don't want to learn. And Uzair, IBA, Aliyan, Bande Ali. So for me, those people who I can't see.
Sir, can I say something?
जी बताइए. हाँ जी, मुझे क्या पता आप कौन है. जी कहिए कहिए.
सर सॉरी मेरा नेट आज बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्टॉर्शन कर रहा है इसलिए मैं थोड़ा सा.
ठीक.
Sir, the thing is that the point that was here to learn about us, you know, is everything is adventurous. Everything is a new experiment. If you aren't making mistakes, that means you aren't moving forward. तो इस केस से हमें यही पता चल रहा है कि जी हाँ उसने नई चीज़ें सीखी हैं. He has made some new learnings, some new experiments and some new adventures. So it's never a failure, and for an entrepreneur especially, there is no a word failure in his life.
Thank you very much. Just better time thoda reh gaya. Zarish, we have only 45 minutes and we're going in 1 minute. 1 minute ठहरिए. Zarish साहब आप speedboat exercise की instruction screen पे लगा देना please. Okay. So yes, please over to. There was one question.
Yes, sir. So this is Daud.
Ji,
so
Daud
can you hear me? Yeah, sir. I think that failures in the life of an entrepreneurs are very important because these are the things which make us learn and lead us towards a successful venture. So the failures are really very important, I believe, because no one succeeds in just one go.
But exactly. But one thing to remember, Daud, that you should jump from your stairs. First step, second step, never jump from Burj Al Khalifa.
Yes, exactly.
Don't fail by jumping from Burj Al Khalifa.
Yes.
Never jump from a CD third floor. Never jump from HPL Bank or see any big building in Karachi. Only jump from like 2 feet, 3 feet. If you want to make a bigger jump, like 10 feet, please ensure there's a lot of foam below you, so you have a safe landing. So that is the key learning. So that is the key. चादर देख के पाँव फैलाना, उतनी चोट लेना जितनी बर्दाश्त कर सको. ठीक है जी. इतना बड़ा फेलियर ना ले लेना कि वो अगले पिछले माँ बाप को भी पकड़वा दो.
Sir, may I say something?
So over to Zarish. Zarish, are you sharing something? So my dear friends, the next is the speedboat exercise. Speedboat.
Sir, can you see my screen?
So speedboat is a boat which is not yet. Which is,
yes, sir. We can see it. Speedboat exercise.
You can see it? अच्छा ये नजर क्यों नहीं आ रही?
Harish, can you change the slide, please?
Okay. Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, it's
I
working.
cannot see the slide.
Okay,
no,
let me let. आप ठीक है. वो मैंने screen share की हुई थी ना, मैंने वापस करके now they can see that. It was my fault. Okay, can you put into PowerPoint mode?
Yes, sir, I did.
So my dear students, this is a speedboat and everyone in this class will be a captain. Everyone will get one speedboat. Next slide. So you will be driving a speedboat virtually. Next slide. Zarish आगे करें ना. अच्छा जी.
Sir, कर दी.
ठीक है जी. इसमें प्यारे बच्चों ये करना होगा कि और आगे चलें और आगे चलें. You will be apply the principle of effectuation. So everyone will become a captain. तो आपके पास एक piece of paper. Can you open a piece of paper and pen with you? So you are a captain. You have to get crew on board. You have to take some people on board and then start a speedboat. Next slide. You have to interview a lot of people in the next 45 minutes. So next slide. This is what is a speedboat. Next slide, please. So in the speedboat, what can I start with my own means? So everyone will have to come up with an idea to start a pet house, blogging or you see food shop or paratha shop or burgers or designing, programming, plumbing. What can I start with my own means? So everybody has to come up with like 2 to 3 ideas which he can think he can make money from. So that is your idea. And then in the speedboat, You will be asked to interview 2-3 people for 3 minutes, and you have to convince them to become your advisors, mentors, friends, supporters, who can promote your business, who can help you, who can be your investors, who can be your mentors. And then out of 2-3, at the end of the day, you will shortlist your ideas and then come down to one, and then you will take off. Speedboat takes off. So this is the preparation time. Next slide, please. Next slide. So for example, this is can you make this card for you? Zadish, can you send this card to them in a WhatsApp
Yes, sir.
thing?
Yes, sir, I'm doing that.
So every person will write his name, captain's name, Hazik. My name is Captain Hazik. Idea for speedboat. I want to open an online IBA admission test training center. Number 1, I want to open a sweet shop online. Number 3, I want to become a consultant of accounting and finance. Who joins the crew? So he will go into various rooms where you will be allowed to meet like 10, 12, 15 people. Hazik, you have to, in 30 seconds, in 40 seconds, tell them what you are doing, and you need some crew members, mentors, advisors, networks, suppliers, distributors, even somebody who can give you feedback. So who can invest in you maybe. So you can ask those people who agree with you. You join, write the name Ariba, for example, joins you and she says she is good in Facebook marketing. She can help you. Another friend says that he can, Tariq says from Faisalabad, Usama, that I can connect you with customers in Faisalabad. He will write his name. So by the end of we have a lot of iterations, round 1, round 2, round 3. By the end of round 3 or 4, you would have met like 15 people. And your ideas will get sorted and you will find which idea is the best idea. So let's start with 2 ideas. Don't go for 3, they're too much. So 2 ideas and you'll be meeting a lot of people. Next slide, please. Next slide. Let me show you an example. Next slide. So this is Captain Ambereen Arhan. She has 3 ideas, effectual ecosystem in Pakistan. This exercise was done in Berlin. She wants to develop people on this mindset. Who joins the crew? 5 people joined and they will be helping and so on and so forth. So this will be a typical picture. Next slide. So once we do that, we will come together and then we will give you another form. Well, maybe it's not possible today, but this will become your midterm. So your midterm has started yesterday. And number 2, your business startup model. The first step of your midterm is starting right now. So Zarish, can you please, you can take a picture of this previous slide of the speedboat card. And Zarish, can you please stop sharing?
Okay, sir.
So I will be making random groups. Everybody, please make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper. Everybody make sure that you have a pen and a piece of paper. So speed.
Sir,
G.
Can you please explain the contribution section?
Okay, I will. Sorry, just a minute. So how many people are there? There is total in the class. Can you tell me?
Sir, 39. There are total 39, which include
Okay,
IBA.
I will be. Okay, I will be making 10 groups. So I will be making 10 groups, and the IBA team members can just be. They can also take part. You also play the game with them. You also have a speedboat, okay, Fatma and all those. And in some groups there will be like 2 people. Fatma Ali, you're coming twice, is it?
Yes. I have.
तो उससे मसला हो जाता है इसलिए कि वो फिर
Okay, sir. I will
क्यों
discuss.
आती है? Why do you want to be having a clone?
No, sir. I'll just fix this. I'll fix this.
And इसको exit कर देना, वो असल में फिर हमें मसला हो जाता है कि
जी, sir,
वो
I am.
हाँ जी तो okay. And I will in one group there will be two. I will add that. So you will be having like my dear friends, you will be having 8 minutes. In the first round you will be having 8 minutes. Then I will be reducing the time in the next rounds. Okay, so maybe 9 minutes. In the first round you will be having 9 minutes. So everybody will be having like 1.5 2 minutes to explain his idea. So has everyone thought of an idea? ईशा आपको आइडिया आ गया है? कोई आइडिया सोच लिया आपने? Everybody write their idea on the card. 1 or 2 ideas लिख लें. Any idea which is coming from your bird in hand, cooking, designing, blogging, helping, teaching, mentoring, card cleaning, any idea from your bird in hand. जब लिख लें तो बता दें मुझे. Everybody is written. Aliyan, Bande Ali, our own team members, Fatima, our all team members. Aina, have you written an idea? Okay, so you will once again during this board speed exercise, you will be sharing your idea in 10-15 seconds. Don't take long. And then ask, listen to everybody, and then ask each one how can they help each other. How can they help each other by mentoring each other, advising, becoming an advisor. Write these points. Help in finding customers, helping in innovation. Would you like to be my partner? Would you like to invest in my idea? So there are various ways of collaboration, okay? And can you ask your dad to be my advisor? Because some of those who have whose burden and is that you have networks. For example, Aina can say, Huda, can you help me in selling my product in Pakistan? I have an African product. Can you become my partner? I will give you certain profit ratio. So these negotiations can take place. Okay, so you have 9 minutes and it is going to start. People will be 3 or 4 people in the group. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Please join. Thank you. Jazakallah. माशाल्लाह आज अच्छा हाँ हाँ अभी कर लेते हैं वो सब 10 मिनट ठहर जाते हैं हाँ वो सब में फिर या फिर इधर रख दें अमरीन साहब नाश्ता पे इधर ही रखा हुआ कर लेता हूँ नहीं वो कोई माने वो ब्रेकआउट रूम में आपको निकाल दो बेटा आप निकल जाए ना फिर एग्जिट हो रहे आप निकल जाए ना फिर थैंक यू जज़ाकल्लाह सीधा साहब थैंक यू वेरी मच जी समी साहब अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम सर, कैसे हैं आप?
जी जनाब, समी साहब को फायदा हुआ है सक्सेस टाइप का?
यस सर, हमारे ग्रुप में 3 मेंबर्स को सबका अपना आइडिया था। एक का कुकिंग बिजनेस का था और दूसरे वाले का था वो था कि बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं ना, लाइक पीपल कांट स्टार्ट देयर ओन बिजनेसेस कराची, इंटरनेशनल नहीं होता, बहुत सारे लोगों को नॉलेज नहीं होती, तो एक मार्केटिंग कंसल्टेंसी एजेंसी खोलने के लिए ताकि न्यू बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर ले और लाइक हेल्प देम टू स्टार्ट देयर बिजनेस एंड कीप अ कमीशन ऑफ दैट। और मेरा आइडिया ये था बेसिकली पोर्टेबल एसी स्टॉक्स को पोर्टेबल एसी स्टॉक्स बेसिकली बहुत हीट पेंडेमिक में कराची में बहुत होती है, बहुत सारे लोग हीट स्ट्रोक से मर जाते हैं, बेसिकली स्टॉक्स इन ईच एरियाज ताकि लोग ना कुड रेस्ट फॉर इट।
जी शुहेरा साहब कैसा रहा एक्सपीरियंस आपका बच्चे?
Sir, it was really nice. Like the three of us had different ideas, and I was a part of the same group that Sami and Isha were. And Isha's plan was, since she's good at baking, so she can, and it's very mainstream that everyone's selling like cakes, etc. online these days. So she wanted to come up with a new idea and sell perishable items instead. And she wanted to start it off by first, giving them to the taking help from her husband and her father-in-law, and then placing it in their offices so that if someone comes to visit them, they can give it to them and take feedback, and then she can open her.
So did you find any crew members, Shuhera, for your speedboat? Did you find any crew? Not yet. Okay.
कोई एडवाइजर भी नहीं मिला आपको, दोस्त यार मशवरा दे देगा टेलीफोन पे भाई, ये भी तो दे सकता ना, कम से कम मशवरा तो दे सकती नहीं इंशाअल्लाह की बंदी, मशवरा तो दे देना मुफ्त। अच्छा जी, उसामा बिन तारिक कहाँ है? उसामा बिन तारिक फैसलाबाद से। Osama bin Tariq did his A level from Faisalabad, and then he did his textile engineering from National Textile University. Where is he? Tariq Saab ji, Osama Saab ji, what was your experience? What about your experience in this speedboat exercise?
It's a very good experience. Yes, I had one fellow.
Did you find a crew member? Did you find a crew member for you?
Yes, sir. We had one. I had one.
Okay. What will he do for you? What will he do for you? What is his name?
Sir, I shared the idea with him, Asan.
Okay. And what did he say, Asan? Asan will help you or at least give you free advice or not?
Yes, he will help me.
Okay, great. Mariam Abbas, you have any, what about your experience? C6. G. Anybody
Sir,
else?
it's a good experience. जो मैं like the idea.
जी जी. बोलिए बोलिए. What about your experience?
Sir, So the experience was good. The idea that I gave to the group members were like very supportive of it, or I found both of them useful for me. Like they can contribute to my idea as well.
Wow. So you found some crew members at least. Aina from Namibia,
yes.
What did you find any crew members for your idea?
Yes. So Alian offered to help with my social media because my idea was to sell Namibian traditional cloth in Asian countries, and Pakistan as one of them. And his father, Alian's father, has some means of distribution. So
okay, so he can help you.
Yes.
Gee, great. Faisal bin Badr Saab. Faisal Saab, did you get an opportunity to find some ideas in Thailand, Pakistan, Australia, somewhere? Faisal bin Badar. Faisal, you're there? Okay. So welcome to Hans. I can see Hans. Hans Michael, willkommen Sie bitte. Guten Morgen in Deutsch.
Salam alaikum.
Savadika in Bangkok in Thai language. And
my apologies, I had a parallel lecture at Stanford, so I couldn't join.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
But at least I want to say hello because we will meet tomorrow as far as I know, right?
Yes, exactly. So tomorrow, Hans will be talking tomorrow on Saturday. We'll keep you engaged. And tomorrow we'll be having Hans coming in. And what else is coming in? Let me share. Tomorrow is a very interesting day.
Moinul Atiq.
Moinul Atiq is coming in. Professor Hans is coming in. And tonight we are having Asghar Azmi Saab. We will take you to Berlin. Hans, we're taking them a tour of Berlin. Dr. Abid is a PhD. He's living there. He will taking them a Berlin tour. And tomorrow, Dr. Stephen will be coming from Appalachian Mountains in the US. A very interesting session tomorrow. So please, fingers crossed, and let's see. We hope to learn something. So, Musaddiq Hussain Saab, did you find any crew members of the boat today? Did you find some friends who can help you in your journey? Your speaker is not working. Okay. Sayyid Muhammad, mashallah, your hairs are growing very fast. So would you like to say, did you find any crew members? Sayyid Muhammad, switch on your
Yes,
mic.
sir. Yes, sir. So basically, my idea was that, I thought about doing a B2B business of stationery items that parents have to buy for the children. But then we expanded on it. My teammates told me that it would be better if you go for a B2C rather than a B2B.
Okay.
Because the problem with B2C is that the problem comes in with the school being the main competitor, but one of my teammates told me, very China told me that we can actually take schools to our side and provide the schools with the stationery shops instead, rather than competing against them. So that was a really good idea.
Okay, great. So we will be going for another round, and this time the time will be very less. We have only, you can say, 4 minutes. So now the group size will be 3 or 2. You'll be having only 5 minutes, and we need to have one more round actually, so that this exercise is part of your midterm. This is the first question. You'll be coming up with an idea. So Musaddiq is saying that he has found one crew member, and his idea was for consulting business. Very good, I appreciate. So in 5 minutes, you have to be very quick. You'll be having 3 members at the max. So I will appreciate if the IBA people, they can talk less. Like Javeria, our team members, CED team members, you'll be talking a bit less. We will be giving more time to other people, okay? So Rutba Panjamani, I followed a member for party planner business. Very good. So let's see, we want to have one more round. Here you go. And you would like to stay there for a while, for 5 minutes?
I unfortunately I have the next meeting in
so you just switch out.
I just want to say hello, and I want to say see you tomorrow with the title Racing, Climbing, Flying, not for everybody. So don't be scared. And I will have a guest who is an extreme motorbike driver, and he will share about his experience and what is in there for entrepreneurs. So if you are scared, don't join tomorrow. Otherwise, racing, climbing, flying is our topic. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Vielen Dank. Wunderbar. Bis morgen.
Morgen.
So you're getting invited. Rutba, Sajwar, Javeria, Amin, Nazir, please join in. अमरीन साहब, आपको पहली क्लास लेनी पड़ जाएगी मंडे को. मेरी मीटिंग कॉल कर ली उन्होंने. मैंने कहा आपको मेरी क्लास लेनी पड़ जाएगी मंडे को 1 घंटा. हाँ, वो इसी की मीटिंग कॉल कर ली है उन्होंने. वो उन्होंने कहा कि लाजमी अटेंड करें. तो वो फिर नहीं नहीं अच्छे लगे, मुझे तो अच्छा लगा. मैं जो कि देखा हुआ ना, तो इसलिए तो वो नहीं वो नया वैसे पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या हुआ या कैसे होता है, वो पहले भी पूछ चुके इस तरह, तो इसलिए हमें पता है कि वो नहीं हर एक से उसके मुताबिक चीजें पूछते हैं। हाँ तो उन्होंने कहा था ना कि आपने बात की थी ना, तो मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ। जी 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 हाँ नहीं वो मंडे को फिर मेरे से 2:30 बजे मीटिंग भी है ना। मुझे समझ नहीं आई, फिर उन्होंने बताया, मैंने कहा अच्छा हाँ वो STP की चीज होती है। हाँ उस नाम से नहीं मुझे पता था ना। हाँ सोचा मैंने मंडे को मीटिंग में उनसे क्या बात कर। डिपार्टमेंट एक खातून लीड करती थी। कौन सी खातून? कौन सी? कौन है वो? अच्छा अच्छा जी जनाब, वेलकम बैक सजवर साहब, क्या हाल है? स्माइलिंग फेस, मूड ठीक जा रहा है आपका?
जी जी सर।
इसम साहब आपके चेहरा पे मुस्कुराहट होनी चाहिए बच्चे, स्माइलिंग फेस। हाँ जी हमारी टीम माशाल्लाह, 1 मिनट अजान हो रही है। अल्लाह अकबर अल्लाह अकबर। अल्लाह अकबर अल्लाह अकबर। अजान की ब्रेक है थोड़ी सी। अशहदु अल्ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह। अशहदु अल्ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह।
Sir, I think your mic is closed.
1 minute azan break. 1 minute call prayer call break. Just 1 minute. Okay, now welcome back, Aina. As a tradition, as a respect, we when there's a call for prayers, we just become quiet and we respect the call of God Almighty. And you see, I have a. So what was the? Okay, we'll talk about that later. Fatima Ali, आपका भी कोई idea था? Did you have any idea? Our CED team members.
Sir,
I don't, matlab, this is something that I have thought of. We don't have, it's not a business idea as such, but something that I would like to pursue in the future. Okay, I want to maintain and put more people together and establish a support group for women who are oppressed and abused in our
So that is
society,
social
specifically.
entrepreneurship. That is social
Yes,
entrepreneurship.
social entrepreneurship. So that is what I have in mind. So yeah.
Great. Thanks like Aina. Thanks a lot. And thanks Fatima. So Janab, what was the key learning this time? Arif, share. Did you find some crew members?
Yes, sir. Sajwar and Amna, I had this idea, which it can be an. We were thinking about developing an app where different students connect with each other to teach each other different subjects. So if I'm good at one subject and you are good at another, we can teach as a barter. We can teach each other that subject. So, or if I can't teach you anything, you can still teach me entrepreneurship, and I can compensate you in some other favor or money. In that same way, so I needed a bigger pool of students. So Sajwar and Anna were kind enough to give me their economic skills, the consultancy skills, the history skills, so we can pool in together and teach other people, and other people can get in as well. Sajwar also was able to said that he will help me with investment for an app, and Waleed also gave me a lot of ideas how we can market it even further.
MashaAllah. Amna, you want to share? Name me, Amna, if you want. I would like to give you an opportunity.
Sir, Ms. Zarish actually had a better idea than I did. So I would like.
Zarisaba, can you share? Even you see, we encourage our own team members to do something. Zarish, what is your idea?
Sir, so basically my idea is about like doing the plantation drive on the northern side of Pakistan, because the Sindh side of the Pakistan is majorly there are weather issues, like बहुत कम rain होती है and all. So the northern side of the Pakistan is best for the planting trees, because to avoid this global warming and warm weather. So, and the people there are also really encouraged towards planting, and they take really good care of their plants rather than in other cities of Pakistan. So I think to do this drive thrice a year, and this is also make us travel a lot and do
So
something.
that is again social entrepreneurship, and you
Yeah,
need to
exactly, social entrepreneurship.
raise money from somewhere or convince some investors or corporations. Thank you very much. And anybody else, anybody who wants to share just 1 more minute? Any creative idea? Did you find any?
Sir, I want to share my idea. So my idea was that I want to sell and I want to bake and sell low carb food online. Like nowadays people are very crazy about dieting and keto dieting. So most of the people are also health conscious. So if I bake a low carb item, then it will so it can so mostly people can like it and purchase it.
Sir, I would like to add
Did you
few.
find some? Just a minute. Did you find some crew members, Isha?
Yes, Ramsha Siddiqui. She gave me as she also working on this idea, so she gave me a lot of information
Oh, very good.
regarding baking low carb food.
Thank you very much. Anybody else who wanted to talk? There was another lady. एक मिनट ठहरिए, पहले खातून को मौका दे दें प्लीज.
सर वो खातून मैं उन्हीं में से थी.
अच्छा, नेमी साहबा जी, नेमी साहबा.
So I just wanted to add to the Isha's point. Okay, Isha, I am also here. If you need any kind of support, you can ask me. I have already.
Technologist.
Exactly, I'm a food technologist. Apart from that, I've already done keto diet for many months and reduced a lot of weight. I used to bake and make few things for my own self because I don't
Thank
like
you,
ordering.
Nimi.
So I'm always here for you.
So you can
Thank
write.
you.
Can she write her name as a crew member? Write it.
Sir, can I need to add a point. Like Isha can help me with, because I had an idea about health bar. and I had the same idea, so Isha could like also help me with like we can
Okay, I
collaborate.
will help you.
Shifa.
Okay,
I will
okay, sure.
help you,
Exactly,
Shifa.
Sarah, like a lot of ladies like Isha, Shifa, and Nimi, all of us have the same ideas related to,
Oh,
healthy, carbs and everything. So I think it resonates a lot with the Pakistani audience. So I think we should go for it. I
ये
mean,
हुदा
it's a
और
good
शुहेरा
idea
को
to
भी शामिल
collaborate
कर
on.
लें, इनका भी वजन कुछ कम हो जाए मेरी तरह.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
healthy substitutes, it's a really good thing.
great. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go for the final round. So we'll have one more round that's only 4 minutes, and then we'll end today's session. Let me go for the final round and recreate. So I will once again be making recreate. I hope they are new people. I hope they are new people. This is random generator. This random generator, you see, does it for us. So you will be having only 4 minutes. And let's try to find new people, new friends, new customers, suppliers, distributors, mentors, connections of connections, friends of friends of friends. So here you go, and then we will come back, inshallah. या आजमी साहब, अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
वालेकुम सलाम सर, लाइट चली गई थी मैं.
अच्छा जी, चलो कोई बात नहीं, आप मेरे साथ ही रहें. तो अब
ठीक है
इस तरह के कल का प्लान कर लेते हैं. ऐसा है
ठीक है
कि
सर.
यार वो मंडे को जो है ना, मंडे को मेरी उन्होंने मीटिंग रख दी है 10 बजे. तो 10 से 11 मुझे आई वोंट बी अवेलेबल. तो
ठीक
अब
है.
ऐसे करते हैं कि जनाब मैं उनको ना, मैं मरीन को कहता हूँ, मेरी एक मिनट टेलीफोन आ गया. जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम. जी जी जी, फरमाइए मैम, खैरियत से हैं आप? जी. अच्छा बच्चे, ऐसे है कि वो हम इस वक्त तो कोविड की वजह से सब कुछ बंद है. आप मुझे मैसेज करें तो मैं फिर आपके लिए ना जूम पे मीटिंग कर लेते हैं, ये हो सकता है. हम्म. अच्छा, वो किस सिलसिले में बात करेंगे? किसके लिए? अच्छा, कहाँ पर एडमिशन चाह रहे हैं? बीबीए प्रोग्राम में, एमबीए में? अच्छा, तो आपने क्या पढ़ा हुआ है बेटा हमसे? ओके. तो बच्चे इस वक्त तो ये ना, वो कोविड की वजह से ना, वो मैं आईबी आता ही नहीं हूँ. तो अब ये हो सकता है कि मैंने ट्यूसडे को आना है. 2:30 से 3 बजे शायद वहां मुलाकात हो सकती है. लेकिन आपको आईबी में आना मुश्किल होगा ना बेटा, कैसे आओगी? हर चीज बंद पड़ी हुई है. तो अच्छा चलो मुझे मैसेज करो, मैं जवाब देता हूँ आपको ना इसमें। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आई एम दिस, आई वांट टू टॉक। तो मैं अभी मेरी क्लास चल रही है, तो थैंक यू वेरी मच। ठीक है, अभी मेरी क्लास चल रही है। जी जनाब। तो
जी
प्यारे
सर।
भाई, ये है कि वो मैं मेम्ब्रेन को कहता हूँ या कुछ और वो हम या फिर ये है कि हम ये करते हैं कि वो गेस्ट स्पीकर तो मेरी मौजूदगी में आ जाए, उससे पहले मैम को टॉपिक पढ़ा देंगी। ठीक है जी।
ठीक है सर।
उस स्टेसी चिप्स का जो केस है वो कुछ वो पढ़ा देंगी, और उसके बाद ये कब आना है इन्होंने, अफ्रीका वालों ने कब आना है?
सर इन्होंने सुबह ही आना है सर,
नहीं
11 बजे से।
11 इन्होंने आना है, 10 सवा 11 बजे के
जी
करीब,
11 बजे।
11:30। हाँ तो वो मेरी 10:30 में है, तो वो इस पूरा सेशन ही जाएगा मेरा।
ठीक है
तो
सर।
वो मैं
मैं
मैम से कहता हूँ, अभी चेक कर लेता हूँ, तो ये आपको बताता हूँ क्या करना। ठीक है जी।
ठीक है सर।
तो आपने बस मोजेस को आपने राब्ता कर लिया उनसे?
जी सर, वो मैं मेरी हो गई है सर सारी
बस
उनसे
ठीक है,
कम्युनिकेशन।
थैंक यू, जज़ाकल्लाह।
सर
अभी
आज की
इनसे
भी डॉक्टर आबिद से भी हो गई है, बर्लिन से, और मोइनुल लतीफ साहब से भी, हैंड से भी, और स्टीव
शाबाश,
से भी।
वेरी गुड,
सो
जज़ाकल्लाह। ये
एवरीथिंग
बस
इज
फॉलो
लाइक।
अप करना पड़ेगा। बहुत
जी
शुक्रिया।
जी सर। सर बाकी मैं रिमाइंडर्स दे रहा हूँ मेन ग्रुप में आज के सेशन के और कल के सेशंस के।
ठीक है जी, बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू वेरी मच,
थैंक यू।
बहुत शुक्रिया। एहसन रशीद यूर बैक। एहसन साहब अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आपकी बिजली गई हुई है एहसन साहब? एहसन रशीद?
जी सर, वो
हाँ
तो
जी,
वो
आपकी
ब्रेक का
बिजली गई
मसला।
हुई है?
जी सर,
थोड़ा
बिजली
पर्दा
गई।
पीछे करें ना, पर्दा पीछे करें, रोशनी आए, चेहरा
चलिए।
रोशन, चेहरा रोशन अंदरूं, इकबाल कहते थे।
जी
लेकिन ये कि चूंकि आप बैक साइड पर हैं, तो वो फिर भी चेहरे पर रोशन अंधेरा रहेगा। फुरकान भट्टी साहब, आपकी ज़ियारत नहीं हो सकी यार, हम आपकी पुरनूर चेहरे की ज़ियारत करना चाहते थे, आपने महरूम रखा है। मोहसिन देवजानी साहब ने भी महरूम रखा है।
सर आई एम रियली सॉरी सर, बस कल से वेब कैम
अच्छा
होगा, सब चीजें होंगी,
अच्छा,
आप
चलो ठीक है, हिम्मत
सर
करके ना
एक्चुअली
बेटा किसी
इंटरनेट
को।
कनेक्शन इतना अच्छा नहीं है, इस
अच्छा
वजह से।
नहीं, 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 बस कभी कभी ज़ियारत करा दिया करें, फिर चले जाया करें। तो आपके पुरनूर चेहरे हैं ना, उससे हमारे ईमान में इजाफा होता है। And so Aina is smiling. How are you, Aina? You're enjoying? You're in
Yes,
Bangkok nowadays, or in Namibia?
I'm in Bangkok.
So what is something special about Namibia? Can you tell me quickly? Let me open the map
Um,
up.
so Namibia is one of the countries where the desert meets the ocean. It's a
Okay.
really beautiful landscape to see, so you can Google it.
I'm opening it for you in just a minute, and you can keep on talking. Okay. Oh, it is on the west coast.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's near South Africa.
Yes, we are right on top of South. We share a border with South Africa. We are divided by the Orange River.
Can you see this now?
Yes.
Can you see the picture? So you traveled so far, Namibia to Thailand. You must come to Pakistan, man, lady.
I'll put it in my plans.
You know, who will going to host you? Is any female going to host her in Karachi? Offer them some drinks, some food, some pudiyan, some Pakistani
She
dress.
can, she can stay with her, with me.
Who is the host? Who can be the host? Shifa?
Me.
I can host her, sir. Ramsha.
Yeah, I can.
Wow, Ramsha, Nimi,
host her as
Suhaira.
well.
Mao, Huda, आप भी खाना खिला देंगे, एक cup of tea?
I love Pakistani culture as well, so
Oh, wow.
And I
Sir,
love
I
the
can
food.
host her as well.
Oh, Isha
Sure,
is
you
going
love
to
it
host.
when you visit us as well.
You know what happens? Anybody who comes to Karachi when he leaves us, IBA-CD, you know what happens, Uzair Saab? When he goes and leaves us, वो रोते हुए जाता है. He leaves us with tears. And I tell you, Pakistan is #1 is hospitality. We are not good in many things, but I think we have some good things, Arif Saab. And that thing is, I think we have a lot of bad things, but we're trying to overcome those. but we are pretty good in hospitality. So
I
Aina,
agree.
you're welcome to come to Pakistan and Namibia. So wow, it's a big country. South Africa, Botswana, Angola, Zabardast. I have been to Nigeria. And so it's a long flight. Okay, so before we finish, let's a few more minutes. So, Janab, anybody who didn't speak at all? Misam, Ali, did you find some crew members?
Yes, sir. I find Sami. I find Musaddiq. Musaddiq and Sami would help me. Musaddiq would help me find the potential customers, and Sami would help me with the social media marketing persons like the content writers and the graphic designers.
MashaAllah, wonderful. Muhammad Dawood. Dawood, did you find any partners?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I found Sayyid Zaid and Walid as
जी
my
हमारे फैसलाबाद से we are here from Faisalabad. His name is oh, so Aina is starting to plan her visit. Wow, welcome. So look at the excitement level. So and where is Usama Tariq is here. Usama Tariq. Uzair, did you find some friends? Uzair, did you find some crew members? Zarish, can you please upload the business startup model, please?
Yes,
so
sir.
The last few minutes, my friends and my colleague, class fellows and participants.
So can you see?
The first part, the 20% of the midterm is over. So I think by this you will have one idea which will be नहीं ये तो business starter model है. एक है this is the other one. वो बेटा और है वो business startup model. इसका नाम है business startup model. Business startup model. This is business canvas model. So in the next days, this is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So please try to find out somebody in your neighborhood, in your family, grandma, grandpa, uncle. In German, we call Tante. Auntie को Tante कहते हैं. Alian Bandeli साहब, auntie को Tante कहते हैं German. So you need to learn some German. Uncle को Onkel कहते हैं. O से O-N-K-L, uncle. So you can find someone in your tantes and the uncles and grandfather. Father को father कहते हैं. V को V-A-T-H-E-R लिखते हैं. Father. Grandfather's mother को mutter कहते हैं. Grandmutter. So you can find somebody from your neighborhood, from friends, social entrepreneurship, mother entrepreneurship. एक list हमने भी आपको, we have provided you a list. And please make sure that you select somebody first come first basis. You can find your own and spend 1-2 hours in studying him and asking some good questions. It is not necessary to ask every question. Some questions may not be relevant. So you have to be intelligent enough to ask 12 questions or 8 or 7 or 9 or 10. So you have to be creative, and you can write in 2 pages, you can write in bullets, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever you like, and submit it. So that is half midterm. The other half is your business, your speedboat. And using your speedboat, that is like the first part. The second part is, Zarish, did you find?
Sir, I'm sorry, I don't have that. I'll share it on the WhatsApp group.
अब वो आपको WhatsApp group में share कर देते हैं. उसकी video भी है 10 minute की. There's a 10-minute video on that. So business startup model is simpler than the canvas model, which was taught by Khurram Saab. That is a bit advanced. We will go for the simpler version. The simpler version is that what is your idea? You have to write the name of the idea. What is your bird in hand? You have to write in that sheet who you are, what you know, whom you know. Then you have to write your affordable loss. How much are you willing to lose? 10 hours a week, 5 hours a week, 5,000 rupees. And I am young enough. Arif will say, I'm young enough, I can stand for 2 hours, no problem. So this is your affordable loss. Then these are 6 boxes, and a video is explaining how to fill it. So you have to fill that sheet and submit it before Monday 8 p.m. And you have to submit the interview. So I think it can be done in like 3 hours. This midterm can be done in 3 hours. if you can find the right person, and you can talk to your
Sir, I
mom and
found it.
dad. You
Let
can
me
talk
share
to
it.
your fiance, your mother, your dad, your wife, your husband, your spouse, your grandpa, your kids. So this is the sheet. So the bird in hand, the affordable loss, problems and opportunities. What is your idea? It will come here. What is the expected cost of that idea? For example, Isha will be cooking, so maybe 5,000 rupees. What is the value proposition? What is something special which you will be offering? Keto diet, something very special. I have like Nimi on my panel. She's a food technologist. Who will be my partners? Nimi, Isha will be partners. Who will be my first customer? My first customer will be my neighborhood, my IESS class. I will sell my idea, my cakes to this class on Tuesday maybe. I will make a small picture on the Instagram and share it here. The second customer will be my family, my class fellows. And potential revenues, you don't need to fill it because this is unknown. You say, I will do something. That's it. So action plan. You say, I will do it on during the course, after the course, next month. That's it. Vision. What is your vision? I want to serve humanity by offering them good quality food. I want to make people live a healthy life. So this is your midterm. So this midterm sheet has to be submitted. There's a video. There's a sample business startup model available as well. So Zari Saiba, can you please share the sheet and the video from the DSQ channel?
So we will be sending through Google Classroom as well.
Exactly. ठीक है जनाब, इसको remove कर दीजिए Zarish. I hope there is no question. Sajwar, I hope it's clear. In German में कहते हैं klar. Assist klar. ALAR klar. क्या clear हो गया है कि नहीं हुआ? Is it clear? थोड़ी सी जर्मन भी सीख लो यार, हाँ जी. So thank you very much, meine Damen und Herren, मेरे प्यारे बेटों बेटियों, men and women. Thank you for your attention and thank you for your fresh faces. हमारी टीम थोड़ा सा ना परेशान हो गई थी आप लोगों को देख के. वो इसलिए कि अभी हमने जर्मनी में कोर्स मुकम्मल किया, फिर टीम्स को किया. वो बड़े वाइब्रेंट लोग थे. They were vibrant people. In your case, maybe you're not getting at 10 a.m. So maybe in Germany, the class started at 9. So they were very fresh people, prepared, fresh. The ladies were fresh, lipstick वगैरह लगाकर आई हुई थी. The men were fresh. So in this case, ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे 12 बजे हैं यहाँ पे, Pakistan's case. And people are not calm, they're getting up, नाश्ता भी नहीं किया हुआ. तो हमारी टीम थोड़ा सा, they were saying to me that they don't seem to be forthcoming. Dr. Shahid, they seem to be lazy and they're not forthcoming, they don't smile. ये thumbs up भी नहीं कर रहे. ये थोड़ी सी शिकायत थी हमें आपसे. तो I hope कल नहीं होगी इंशाल्लाह. We need smiling faces, man. थके हुए, मुरझाए हुए, मरे हुए. जिंदगी, life is full of vibrancy. You see, सैयद हसन साहब ऐसे मुस्कुराते रहो ना जनाब. हाँ माशाल्लाह, हर मुस्कुराहट पे 1 नंबर मिलेगा. तो जनाब, keep on vibrant, मुस्कुराहट, prepared, कंगी शंगी करके जनाब, fresh नजर आओ ना. और and celebrate and enjoy every hour. और जो भी टीचर आए वो ईशा, मीशा, जरिश, इनका थैंक यू करो. थैंक्स मैम. देखे ना ये आपने कभी कोर्स देखा? Have you ever seen a course in which 10-12 people are helping you? The whole CED is offering a course. So please मेरा thank you ना करें, but please thanks Nimi, Zarish, Amna, Javeria, Rimsha. इनको थैंक करते रहें, स्माइल करते रहें. नंबर पीछे मिलेंगे इंशाल्लाह. और अल्लाह ताला भी खुश होंगे. You'll get good grades inshallah and you will be feeling more happy. हमारे इशफाक अहमद used to say, अरे सदका किया करो, keep on spending. What? To smile is a sadqa. To smile is a charity. To say greetings is a charity. To say hello is a charity. To help somebody is a charity. To guide someone is a charity. So it's all, our life is full of help and sharing and love. And Ishfaq Sahib used to say, may God give you happiness and may God give you the power to spread happiness. So let's all spread happiness. Say hello, good morning to your mom. अभी उठें, अपने अम्मी जान को सलाम करें, हग करें अपने अब्बू को, बाबा को, मदर को, छोटे बहन भाइयों से लड़ाई खत्म करें। हाँ जी, उनको हग करें, गिफ्ट दें, आज चाय बना कर दें, आज बर्तन धो दें अम्मी के। अरीब साहब, go and spend some time in the kitchen with your mom. प्याज काट दो थोड़ा सा। हाँ जी, do something with your dad and mom and कुछ कर दो यार। Do something in the kitchen with your moms and dads. 2-4 प्लेटें धो दो। Wash some things in the kitchen. ठीक है आलियान साहब, आलियान बंदे अली साहब कुछ करेंगे? आप क्या करेंगे आज? Something different. Make a call to your grandma, grandpa, दादा दादी, नाना नानी को कॉल कर दो यार आज, उनको सलाम कर दो। हाँ जी, आप क्या करेंगे जनाब ईशा, आप क्या करेंगी? What will you do today?
Sir, I will help my mother-in-law in domestic chores.
Okay, great. Sajwar, आप क्या करेंगे? Sajwar, what will you do today?
मैं घर की सफाई करूंगा आज।
Wow, माशाल्लाह, जबरदस्त। आपने बिल्ली को, even you can give a wash to your cat, dog. Huda Gauri, what will you do today? Mic on करें।
Sir, I'll give some time to my father. Talk with him.
Wow, आपने अब्बू को कहानी, अपने अब्बू को effectuation समझाओ। Dad, your story is about effectuation, Dad. Rutba Panjamani, what will you do today?
Sir, I'll be going to my grandparents' house.
हाँ, grandparents के लिए को मिठाई ले जाएं, बेशक पैसे मुझसे ले लेना 500 रुपए. And you can charge me when you come back. Anybody who wants to do something and he can charge me up to 500. मुझसे ले सकते हैं। गिफ्ट देना अम्मी अब्बू बहन भाई को। जी जनाब। और सैयद मोहम्मद साहब, आप क्या करेंगे? आप पहले स्माइल कर रहे हैं, you are already smiling. What will you do today?
सर मुझे अपने आप को गिफ्ट देना, उसकी पसंद है।
जी, अपने आप को देना है कुछ? Okay. Oh wow, he will give a gift to himself. That's
Yes,
also
sir.
a gift.
I need a gift, sir. बहुत जरूरत है।
Aina, what will you do today?
I actually have a friend that's coming on her way. I'm going to do her hair.
Great. Zarish, what will you do today?
Sir, I'll go visit my parents today, inshallah, in the evening. So, yeah.
Or mashallah. Amna Saba, what will you do today? Amna is married and both of the couple are my MBA students, mashallah. Ji, Amna Saba, what will you do today?
Sir, I'll try to like do something extra, maybe clean up the room, clean out his closet, you know.
उमर साहब को मेरी तरफ चाय का क्लब भी पेश कर देना भी, अपने हस्बैंड को, स्पाउस को अच्छी चीज पेश करना भी is good. ठीक है जी, माशाल्लाह. Faisal bin Badr is hearing. Javeria, what will you do? Nemi.
Sir, I'll try to cook something good for my husband.
Oh, great. Javeria Saiba.
So yeah, I was saying that I might cook dinner tonight and just fold the laundry because
Mashallah. अगर वो dish अच्छी बने तो उसकी तस्वीर you can share. Okay.
Inshallah. Yeah.
And you can share it on the WhatsApp group. If you can share your picture on the WhatsApp group, we'll appreciate. If you're doing something, please share your activity on the WhatsApp group as a motivation. Okay? We will. Mariam Abbas Saba, will you do something?
Sir, I'll spend some time with my younger cousins.
MashaAllah, Zabardast. Azmi Saab, what will you doing today?
My friend just came from United States.
So you will be offering him a cup of tea, huh?
Yeah.
So Sami Shaheen, Sami Shahnaz.
Yes, sir.
आप क्या करेंगे?
सर मैं मेरी बिल्ली है उसके नाखून काटने हैं, काफी शार्प।
Wow, I love my cat. मेरी cat का नाम है नेमती और मेरी बिल्ली का नाम है। अच्छा, चलें उसकी खिदमत करें। ओके जनाब, और कौन रह गया जनाब? अगर कोई फातिमा अली भी कुछ खिदमत करेंगे, अम्मी अब्बू की खिदमत कर देना बेटा।
We have to go for Jumma break, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much and thank you for remembering. और जुमा भी पढ़ेंगे, दुआ भी करेंगे और मेरे लिए भी, and I will do something as well. And
small
we will
announcement.
I will clean the house. I will send you my picture of cleaning the house, okay, with a broom in my hand. Thanks a lot.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So there's a small announcement. The activity which you guys did today, the speedboat wali, uska jo card hai, please do mail me that along with your midterm exam. Okay.
Thanks a lot. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.
Allah Hafiz.
Waalaikum assalam.